We are live here tonight. Yeah, broadcast video is live, so let's get this thing rocking. You know, first off, Chris is not with us tonight. He's actually up on vacation in Alaska visiting family, and so he couldn't make it here tonight. But we've got some amazing stuff planned, even in his absence, and I got some really cool people coming out here tonight. As you can tell, my name's Jordan Schultz here, and for those of you that are new here, that's Amy Starr Allen to my right there. And you know, basically tonight we are going to be sharing with you how some brand new people in our team, or some of them are brand new, some of them have been in a little while, but they're starting to break through and having success like I've never seen before. And you know, the thing is that I've been involved in this industry for about 4.5 years now. Actually, I joined the industry about 11 years ago for about 4 months, and did not succeed in any way, shape, or form. Kind of funny. I actually one night back in 2001, back in 2002, going on 2003. That's not 11 years ago. My math is that is almost 11 years ago. Okay, yeah, my math's right. So one night I was actually, this was back when we did like the 3-foot rule, and we talked to anyone we possibly could, and we'd go to shop. I dressed up in a suit and tie and went to the shopping mall. And I remember one night, me and my buddy, we were out at a festival in Milwaukee at about 11 o'clock at night, and we were walking home at about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and we bumped into this homeless guy on the street. And for whatever reason, we thought it'd be a great idea to help this guy completely transform his life. And so we showed him the business presentation on napkins in a George Webb's, and bought him coffee so he'd sit down and listen to it. And we thought we were, absolutely brilliant. And the bottom line was, doing stupid shit like that never worked. And that's why I didn't succeed in the industry then. Fast forward to like 4.5 years ago. Got in, and it took me about 18 months to sponsor my very second person into that business opportunity. Okay, and then I got involved in another company where I was able to sponsor a lot of people. In fact, in my first year, I sponsored about 50 people, 50 to 60 people, somewhere in there in my first year. But here was the problem: was that my team members couldn't duplicate, because I was teaching them how to do stuff the old school way, doing stuff. I'd tell them to make a list of their family and friends. I'd tell them to do all this stuff that they didn't want to do. I was talking to my family and friends. And, that, in my opinion, is why that business opportunity never duplicated, because people looking from the outside in, they see what has to be done, and they say, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that stuff at all. I don't want to contact my friends and family. I don't want to hound people. I don't want to have to do what you're doing right now in order to build a business and make money, so I just don't want to get involved. However, when they see what, like what Landon Stewart's doing, how sexy his life is, because he's sponsoring like 3 to 5 people a day right now, and building his business very part-time, and he's 22, and he's literally never going to have a job again in his life. When they see what Amy Starr Allen's doing, spending most of her days with her kids, and building her business a few hours a day, very part-time, without contacting friends and family, without prospecting on the phone, without doing all that other stuff, it's absolutely amazing. And so people in our team are duplicating and getting results, because people looking in from the outside see that, and they say, wow, that's appealing, it's sexy, it's exciting. And that's why people want to get involved with what we're doing here, because people are actually making money, and they're not having to do the bullshit that they hate doing. They're getting to do the fun stuff. They're getting to do the fun stuff, and they're able to make a lot of money doing it. And so people looking in say, you know what, I actually would enjoy doing that. I would enjoy maybe blogging daily, or creating videos, or doing some different paid marketing strategies you guys are doing, or whatever it is you're doing, without having to prospect, without having to do 3-way calls, without having to get on the phone and personally train every new team member, without having to, do coffee shop meetings and hotel meetings and all that other stuff. Literally being able to go out and live your life. And like Amy today, she can probably share a story with you, but I don't know if Amy did a whole lot of work today or not, but I did see that she made about $1,800 or $1,700, and I believe she spent the day with her daughter, if I'm not mistaken. So when people see that from the outside looking in, they say that's exciting. So, I'm going to let Landon or Amy jump out here and welcome Thomas. Man, Thomas just came down.
What's up, Thomas?
Let you guys jump out and share some thoughts here, and then we're going to do some recognition, and then we'll get into, bringing out some other people, because you're going to be able to see that it's not just the leadership here that's making a lot of money, that there's other people that are having their first $500 days, their first $1,000 days, their first $1,500, $1,600 days by following our simple BTC formula. So I'm going to pass it to whoever wants to take it.
Go ahead, Amy. All right. Hey, Landon, would you mind muting because your keyboard is making a...
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was trying to open up my recognition stuff. I will mute.
Awesome. Yeah, hi, everyone. And yeah, it's just like Jordan said, I'm just really excited about what we've got here. I don't know if you guys were on the call last night, but what was so cool about that call was just really getting reminded about how fortunate we are to be here, because everything is basically given to us on a silver platter here, unlike all the stuff that Chris Record was talking about on that call last night. All the stuff, I mean, I've actually done most of that stuff that he talked about with creating products and creating sales pages and creating PayPal, hooking it up, doing all that, all that stuff to make hardly any money, where here we're just handed this amazing platform, this amazing system, with a couple, with some of the best marketers in the world doing all of that marketing and sales for us, creating the pages. I mean, we're just so fortunate to be here, and so that's what I was present to last night when I was listening to that call. And then, yeah, like Jordan said, today I spent the entire day with my daughter. We got up, went to the chiropractor, then went to CrossFit and worked out. Then we went to the coffee shop, and then we went to the music store and got some new guitar strings, and then I restrung my guitar and played some music, and yeah, had made a lot of money while I was doing all that.
Hey, right now is a good time to say there's an income disclosure link at the bottom of the site. We got to say that, folks. People here are making more money than I've ever seen before, and the bottom line, the people that are making the money aren't average. It's not an average result to make as much money as we're making here, but the thing that we do see is more people than ever before are making unaverage amounts of money. So again, there's an income disclosure link at the bottom of the website. Go down there for the full income disclosure.
Yeah, well, and the other really cool thing about it, it's not just about me making money, but what's so cool, what's been happening so much, what we're seeing so much is brand new people on our team having success here, brand new people having their first sign up, and people posting things like, wow, the system works, like I just got to sign up, and like just basically plugging in to the simple formula here and watching, just watching our team members having results is just phenomenal. And we're going to get into more of that. We're going to do some recognition here, and we're going to bring some people out on this call tonight to share with you what's happening for them. I mean, we have some brand new people that are making money while they're sleeping. I mean, it's amazing. That's the other thing that I love about this place is, like, never before in Power Network did I make money and not even like know that I made money. Like, I always had to be physically involved in the process of the sale going through. Like, I had to take the order and put the credit card information in. And now, like, we just, like, wake up and, like, have commissions, or, I'm out with my daughter today and come home with all this money. And, like, it's a whole new, at least for me, it's a whole new concept. And I've even had a couple people on my team say, wow, I just checked my back office and saw that I had some signups I didn't even know I had. It's like, where else does that happen? You plug into this powerful system, and then that happens. So anywed, just
it's funny. I actually have one that I didn't know. I just looked.
Right.
That's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a teammate who, like, passed a sale up to me the other day, and I was like, hey, man, thanks for, like, passing up a sale. He was like, no, I don't have any sales yet, and you need 2 sales to pass one up. And so he went and checked, and he had 2 sales already, and he didn't even know it. And he's like, I've never gotten a sale before. I'm like, dude, you have 2. No, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So anyway, I know we're going to get into recognition, but if Landon or Thomas, if you have anything to add to the hello greeting, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean, the same thing. I remember, a few years ago, because I've been marketing online for like a while now, since I was like 18, for about 4 years now, and I remember like selling deals, and I'd be on the phone for like 6 hours a day, like trying to sell this stuff to people. And I mean, and a lot of people watching, and you're listening to me, you've been there. You're just selling this, and like the thing that was going through the back of my head the entire time, like you have like a person who has like a full-time job, and they're going to do this part-time or whatever, and in the back of my head, I'm thinking, there's no way, even if I get this person in, that they're actually going to be able to do what I'm doing right now. And like, you just don't believe that they can do it, because what I was doing was so hard to do. I was building all of my own websites. I was on the phone with people all day. It was full-time for me. And I just knew that, like, these people, even if they got in, couldn't do it. Whereas it's completely different now. Like, literally what I do now, I work like an hour a day. I send an email, and literally, and I let anyone on my team copy the emails that I send out so they can send them out. They can do exactly what I'm doing, work a few hours a day, and copy my results if they have the same belief and the same mindset, and they go through all that training that I've gone through. It's a complete 180. I mean, I just got off the phone with Brett, who I think is going to be on here for a little bit, and he got like 2 sales today. And
That's
I
so
mean,
cool.
it's just, and I've never had teammates get success anywhere else, which I've never even successfully built a team anywhere else. But it's amazing. Nothing I've ever seen like it, and so I'm pumped up, excited for tonight.
Sweet.
Thomas?
Yeah,
And-
basically have to agree with Landon. I mean, this is absolutely easy now for us to run our business online, you know, and I was actually talking to Brad as well, you know, and I'm super stoked to have him on the call or on the Hangout today, and I can't wait what he has to say, so that's all I gotta say for now.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Oh, one thing I want to throw out there, folks, if you're on the team already, make sure to take that link up above there. And Thomas, I think you got to mute up, dude. We're getting wicked feedback from
Yeah.
your. I don't know why that is, man. It's like your microphone every time. It's really weird, man. Yeah, much better. Awesome. But anyway, if you're on the team, take that link up above, make sure your username's in there, and go and post that on Facebook, post it on your Twitter, post it on your Google+, your LinkedIn, whatever social profiles that you're actually active on. Go post that there right now and just say something like, hey, we're live right now with hundreds of people, and we're about to learn how some brand new people are breaking through and having success like they've never had before and making, you know, $500, $1,000, $1,600 in a single day following the simple formula. We're going to get into that tonight. You're actually going to hear from them exactly what they've done to achieve those results so that you can plug in and copy that. And if you're not on the team yet, literally, you're here right now because you want to learn how that's happening. Well, one of the major reasons that's possible is what Amy talked about before. You know, I think back to about 8-9 months ago. This was still when I was in product launch creation, creating my own products, launching them, doing all this stuff. And me and a partner of mine, we created this product that we literally spent about 30 days working nonstop to create this product. We had to build the entire infrastructure, the entire website. We had to hook up. I mean, I had to learn. We actually, Perig, who we might get to pop out here tonight if he's around, he actually helped us build the membership sites and put all the stuff together. And you know, ended up signing up for a $30 a month PayPal thing that I never ended up using, and I paid $400 this past year for a PayPal service that I never even used because I forgot to cancel it. And the bottom line was we went and we launched this product, and what happened was we lost $1,000 because we didn't sell enough of it. So we go through 30 days of prepping and prepping and prepping, and then we don't sell the damn thing, and we don't make that much money. Over here we get 100% commissions, and we don't have to do any of the bullshit that I've had to do there. You know, it's absolutely amazing. And you know, in the past 2 weeks, I've never made money like I'm making here. I'm literally averaging $500 a day right now. And you know, in the past 3 weeks, I've made about $13,000 somewhere around there. I don't have the number exact, but the bottom line is I used to have to bust my ass to make that kind of money, and I've been on vacation literally since Chicago. I was on vacation until you know, I got back, and I think I came home on Saturday. Amy, you dropped me back off here on Saturday after we were masterminding for a few days.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then I was home for about 20 minutes, and I went to my friend's house for their son's 6th birthday party that I found out about like 20 minutes before. So after 2.5 weeks of vacation, after a week of being in Chicago, so 3.5 weeks of vacation, then hanging out with Amy and mastermind with her and Chris, and some awesome stuff that we got coming for the team here. So exciting what we talked about there. I mean, Landon, I was telling you a little bit about it, man.
Yeah.
My goodness,
awesome.
Trust me when I say, folks, that you want to be all in as quickly as possible, because when this thing rolls out, it is going to be an absolute game changer for our team. Our team is going to, I can't even wait to see what happens. It's going to be phenomenal. And so then I went to a birthday party all Saturday. And so what's today, Tuesday? You know, today's Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday, I didn't really do a whole lot of work. I worked for a few hours in the morning, and today I worked for a little bit, and then I went and played in the park and had an absolute blast. Took a 2.5 hour nap today, and the bottom line is I'm working less than I ever have before, one of the reasons we talked about last week, Amy and I and Chris, we actually just hired a full-time assistant, Andrea. You guys have probably seen her around. She's absolutely amazing, and she's taken a huge workload off of our platter so that, you know, we're just about getting all the stuff that we need to have that we need to have her do so that we don't have to focus on all that stuff. My workload just got cut by 10 to 15 hours a week thanks to having Andrea on to do all this stuff. So now I get to work even less and make even more money, and it's because of all the systematic stuff we've got in place. Everything is systematized, and it's just absolutely amazing. So with that being said, want to do recognition, guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Amy, go ahead and start.
Okay. Let's see what we got. We got a lot going on here.
And Amy or Landon, check the comments in the chat, man, if you know who.
Yeah, I don't. I
Okay.
can go on to Facebook and ask real quick.
No worries, dude. We'll just recognize it's all good.
Okay.
Like Jordan, I just want to recognize. I don't know if Andrea is on here or not, but I just want to mention Andrea because Andrea has been working with me, just calling my new members for almost since the time I've been in Empower Network, and we just brought her on as our assistant, and she's doing a fabulous job. And I just want to, mention her because you guys are going to be seeing a lot more of her. You're going to be seeing her doing the things that you've been seeing us do. You're probably already noticing that. She's sending out the swipe copy for the Hangouts and helping people get into the Facebook groups and all of that. So I just wanted to say, just recognize her. She's doing a great job, and just let you guys all know, that, like Jordan said, what's going on here, and just just so that you are aware of what's going on, and also just everybody's making her feel super welcome, and she loves our team and everything like that. But we had the privilege of hanging out with her for a whole day, the day after Jordan got back into town on Thursday, and we got her set up and trained her, and we're still training her. But yeah, like he said, she's just awesome, and she's going to be a really, really good addition to our team. So anyway, just wanted to do a little shout out for her. Byron Caraway just had his first $1,600 day. We're going to bring him out here tonight to talk about that. I won't tell you too much about Byron, but yeah, I'll let him tell you. But that's super exciting. Congrats to Inga Thornell, who just upgraded today to the 15K formula. Ahead of schedule, she set her intention, which is exactly what she did for the Costa Rica Mastermind. When she bought that product, we have a training. If you're on the team, you might have seen the training that we have and are getting started, part of the team site, where we teach you how to set your intention to help you get set up to maximize the compensation plan. And she's been following that training and setting her intention for when she wants to upgrade to each of the products, and she's been doing it ahead of schedule every single time. So she just did that again today and got the 15K formula, which, as you guys know by now, I call that the keys to the castle. In my opinion, anybody that owns that product can write their own paycheck for the rest of their lives, marketing anything that they want on the internet, and never have to work a job again. So congratulations, Inga. It's a phenomenal investment in your life. And she also just got her third sign-up yesterday or the day
Awesome.
before. So
that's awesome.
That's really cool. Julie Haytis just upgraded today to the Inner Circle and the Costa Rica Mastermind Intensive. So awesome, Julie. And again, like that Inner Circle, if you're not in the Empower Network and you don't know what we're talking about, all of these products are amazing. But the Inner Circle is a product with audio downloads that is the best thing I've ever found to help with success, mindset training. And so, Julie, you're in for a real treat with that. And not to mention the internet marketing training you're going to get with those products, and the ability to earn the commissions on those products, because now you're qualified to resell them. So congratulations. Nick Harmon just brought in his first member.
All right.
Chad, I think it's Real. So I just want to say congratulations to Nick. That's awesome. Chad's been kind of checking us out for a while and decided to get in. So that's awesome. David Hawksworth just had his very first sign up. I believe it was yesterday. So exciting. Megan Patterson just had her first sign up. Mark Meyer Mark Meyer just had his first unpaid sign up, but he sent a message or posted a message today saying, the system's working, like he's at work and he gets a sign up, you know. So it's really cool to see all these people getting their first signups after just plugging in and just sticking with it. You know, not everybody gets a ton of signups in their first week. Some people do, some people don't. Again, there's an income disclosure below, and also I just want to say that, you know, this is all, you know, there's a lot of different variables in place here. Some people come into the Empower Network with a lot of experience with internet marketing, and they know what they're doing already, and they have instantaneous results. But we have a lot of newbies on our team that did not have any experience when they got here, and we've just, you know, they've just been plugging into exactly what we've laid out for our team, and over time the results just start to happen, and it's just unbelievably exciting. And so there's just a lot of that going on right now, and it's just really fun to watch. I also just want to do a quick shout out to Krista Puzar, who got all in last week, but on our all-in call last week, she shared something really, really powerful about what happened for her when she stepped over the line and made that commitment and got all in. Not to mention, you know, the reason she was able to do that was because she came to the event in Chicago, and something shifted for her big time there, which allowed her to even be able to figure out a way to be able to get all in, because she didn't have the funds before. But everything just kind of lined up once she really got clear that she's going to do this. She stepped over the line, she got all in, and she shared about that on our all-in call last week. And it was so powerful that I said, you know, you need to make a video about that. I want to put that up on our team site so that other people can hear the difference between owning almost all of the products and owning all of them and being all in. And so she made an amazing video. It's up on the team site. It's on the same page that has the Maximizing the Comp Plan video on it. And so if you haven't seen that video yet, go watch it, because it's awesome. It'll really give you a new person's perspective of the difference that has happened for her just by commitment-wise, like what happens when you become fully committed to what you're doing. And so I just wanted to do a shout-out for her. Thank you so much for your video, Krista. It's awesome, and I know it's going to make a difference for a lot of people. So that's, if I missed anybody, please chime in the comments. I'm sorry. I didn't work at all today, and I haven't really been in front of my computer. So.
Are you guys seeing the comment stream on the page here? It's literally one person right after the other is just saying, I just signed up, I'm a newbie. Like, all these people are literally just signing up in the team. It's just absolutely awesome to watch. I mean, my God, I mean, I used to struggle to sponsor one person a week, and the most someone ever sponsored in one of my teams is 6 people. And that's Perig, who you're going to see come out here in just a little bit. I did send you an invite, man. I don't know if you got it. You know, but that's the most someone in my team ever sponsored. Amy, you've sponsored like 140 people or something like that, you know, and without doing the bullshit. It's just so cool to watch. Cool. So I'll take it from there on the recognition here. We got some good stuff, and, you know, again, I want to say welcome to all the new team members. We can't go through. Sometimes we welcome all the new team members individually, but quite honestly, I mean, literally, there's too many of them coming in. So you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and recognize the people that have upgraded and some of the people that have been getting results, because it's so exciting to watch. I wrote a thing today for a Facebook ad, a story about my experience in network marketing. It's, you know, it's not about like, I'm excited about my success, but the reason that my success is happening the way it is because my team's having results. My team is having success, more success than ever before, and literally I'm making thousands of dollars a month off of my team producing, meaning they're making a lot of money as well. So it's just so cool to watch. And the other thing is, there's people that are getting results in our team that I don't even know how far down in the downline they are. Like, I don't know if they're 4 levels down or 5 levels down or whose team they're in. I mean, people are just having results like crazy. You know, I just saw today, and forgive me if I mispronounce your name here, but Thomas Ageson, he just had his 2nd sign up today, and I think he's only been in the team for 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe a month or so. I don't know how long, but he just had his 2nd sign up. John Kapoor just upgraded to the Costa Rica Mastermind today. Maybe yesterday, I believe today, though, and meaning Tristram Lodge just had a CRMI sale, a Costa Rica Mastermind sale, earning a $500 commission. That was actually, I believe it was a pass up. So the next one's his, but he's made multiple $500 commissions now, which is absolutely awesome to see. I've never seen my team members making as much as they're making here. One of his team members, what's up, Perik? How you doing, buddy?
What up, bro?
One of Tristram's team members, Ankit Modi, he just signed up his first, and I think it might have been his second team member. And if I'm not mistaken, he's had no experience or no success online ever before. So coming in here, and the cool thing is we're seeing levels down. People are duplicating and replicating the success that other people are having because they're simply plugging in. They're plugging into our training site, into our team training site. They're following the Getting Started guide, and then they're literally just following the 8 core commitments, listening to the Inner Circle audios, getting on the Monday night calls, being here on the Hangouts every week. Reading daily. We're actually reading an awesome book right now, Psycho-Cybernetics. This book is amazing, and that's actually our book club book right now. Maybe if we get time later, we can throw out some insights of it, because I've had some that I believe we can share without doing what we didn't want to do with the book. So that's exciting. People are literally just plugging in and following everything, and they're getting results. Now, just this past weekend, literally while I was out and about enjoying life, on Friday when I was having margaritas with Amy and Chris and Cheryl and Cheryl's partner, we were out some Mexican restaurant down in Boulder, and Lee Chandler upgraded to the 15K formula. Congratulations, Lee, man. That course, like Amy said, is the keys to the castle. Absolutely going to change everything. I know once you go through Module 1 alone, in my opinion, and anyone else can say what they feel here, but Module 1 alone is worth the entire course. Like, that single module, not only has it made me more money, but it's just made me happier. Like, it's just allowed me to live a more fulfilling life. It gave me some more purpose on what I'm doing and something to look forward to versus that stagnant place that I was in last year. Not like I wasn't having fun last year, camping and partying and traveling and all that stuff, but I didn't have any goals that I was aiming for last year. And so Module 1 alone is easily worth $1,000. So that was Friday while I was out. I had about $1,100, $1,200 day or something like that. And then Saturday, Ken Montoya upgraded to the 15K. He's going to come out here tonight, and he's going to share why he was able to do that. I got some cool stuff that he's going to share, so I don't want to spoil it. He actually just had his first $500 day. Congratulations, Ken. And congratulations for upgrading to the 15K formula ahead of schedule. You see, people are setting their intention following Amy's guide that she put there. I think it's step 2 in our Getting Started guide. If you've been in the team for more than a month, go back and go to step 2 of the Getting Started guide. You will be amazed at how powerful that is when you set your intention for something, how the universe bends to your will.
That's really, where Krista's video is too, by the way.
Krista's video's on that page?
Yeah.
Very cool. So I think about this lately, and Amy, you can jump out in just a second and say what happened the other day, how cool this was. But I used to do things, and I would expect, like, the bullshit. I would just expect, like, oh, God, this is going to take forever to get this done. I'm going to have to deal with these people. I'm going to be on hold for an hour on the phone. Then I'm going to, it's just going to be a hassle doing whatever it is I have to do. Well, then I realized that that's what I was expecting to happen. And if I just changed my expectations, the universe literally bends to my will. So I started getting on the phone. Like the other week, I got on the phone to call PayPal about something. And maybe it was the other day when I was at Amy's. It happened the other week, too.
It was at my house.
The other morning when I was at Amy's, I woke up and someone had literally hacked into my PayPal debit card. And the idiots that they are, they didn't do any research on me. They didn't realize that I don't wear shoes. So they went to Norway and purchased $1,000 worth of shoes. It was $140, then like $313, and then another one for like $550. And so they bought like $1,000 worth of shoes from this place in Norway on me. And that's what the message I got on my phone said. My PayPal debit card has a limit of like $1,000, so it actually went over the limit and wouldn't allow the last payment to go through. And so I ended up calling PayPal, but I set my intention. I said, oh, this is going to go quick. It's going to be easy. It's going to be painless. I was literally on the phone with PayPal for how long, Amy? Like
4 minutes.
Which is insane. Or seemingly insane. I mean, some of you who've ever called PayPal, you might expect that it's going to be a hassle or run around all this stuff. I just expected it to be simple. I expected that it was going to be easy and painless and effortless, and it was. And Amy, what happened to you shortly after that?
Well, yeah, so while Jordan was here and Andrea was here, we were training her, and I got a message from my brother. My brother, when he booked our plane tickets to Ireland, he booked it under my maiden name because he's still in denial that my name has changed, and because I'm divorced, and he doesn't want to acknowledge that. So he booked the ticket under a different name, and I told him, like, you need to get that changed because they're not going to let me on the plane with this ticket with the different name on it. So he just has been trying to get that handled, and he texted me and left me a voicemail while Jordan and Andrea were here the other day saying, I'm at my wit's end. I'm dealing with Hotwire and United, and nobody will change the ticket. They said the best you can do is bring your birth certificate with you, and they may or may not let you on the plane. It's just a gamble at this point, and there's nothing else they can do. He forwarded me this email that said, this is a major change. We can't make major changes because of security and all this stuff. So I'm, like, stressed out, and I'm like, shit, am I going to Ireland or not? Like, what are we going to do? So we go to lunch, and I'm thinking about it the whole time. And Jordan says, just when we get back to the house, just call him and just have the intention that it's just going to be handled, and it's only going to take a couple minutes. So that's what I did. I just expected it to just be handled in a couple minutes. And so so I called this number on the email that my brother sent me, the email that said there's nothing we can do. And the guy answers the phone. I explain my situation. He goes, okay, how do you spell your name? I spell out my name. He goes, okay, done. And I'm like, okay, that was easy. So, yeah. And my brother was so stressed out. My father, in his words, when he was here for dinner last night, he goes, I Googled the shit out of it to try to figure out what to do. Because he was stressing out. Because, you know, he's like, what if you can't come with us? You know, like, what are we going to do? You know, and so anyway, he's Googling the shit out of it. My brother's completely stressing out. And then, so when my dad was here for dinner last night, he's like, so what did you do? I'm like, I just called and I set this intention. He goes, oh, well, obviously your brother didn't set his intention.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, and that's the same thing, folks, in business, is when you set your intention that things are going to happen in a certain way and easily and effortlessly, they do. You know, like Landon, it's probably easier for you to sign up 2 to 3 to 4 or 5 people in a day now than it used to be to sponsor one person, because your intention is different. And you say it's easy, and that's one of the key things that's missing, folks. A lot of people out there say, why am I not having success? Why am I not getting results? Why am I not making money? Why am I not generating leads? Or why are my leads not converting from leads to sales? Or why is all this stuff not happening? Because they're focused on what's not happening. They're focused on what's not happening. You know, I think back to December when I literally made about $1,400 in December. I came back here on December 5th and I started marketing over here again. And you know, I was in my mind, I was like, I don't know how this is going to go. I want to make a lot of money here, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I did plug in with the 15K formula, set my intention, did all that stuff. But in my mind, I was focused on the fact that I wasn't getting daily signups. I was focused on the fact that I wasn't getting 2 a day. I was focused on the fact that my leads weren't converting. I was focused on the fact that I wasn't generating 50 to 100 leads a day. I was focused on why am I not getting signups? Why am I not getting signups? For about 3 weeks. Then one day, you know, it was pretty magical. Chris was down in Costa Rica at David Wood's house, and he and David Wood called me up on Skype, and we talked for about an hour and 45 minutes. And what I realized, the thing that I realized on that conversation with David Wood, it wasn't, you know, we went through all the numbers, and he looked at all these numbers with me, and we did some really cool stuff. But none of that actually really mattered. Basically, the thing that mattered, what he said to me, he looked me in the eye, and what he said to me, he said, Jordan, you will start signing up 2 people a day as soon as you believe it can happen. As soon as you believe that it can happen, you'll start doing it. 3 days later, I put 4 people into my team. 3 days later. So what happened was my intention shifted, my belief shifted, and I started focusing on getting to a day even though I wasn't already doing it. I wasn't focused on all the negative stuff. Focus on all the positive that is happening. You know, Shakir Hussein, who did a call the other, you know, he was on the call the other night, and I don't know if it was the call from last Monday that he said this on, or a different call that he said this on, but he said people are so focused on what results they're not getting, when in reality, all we have to focus on is what we have at hand, the stuff we've already accomplished. If you've generated leads online, you've accomplished more than most. If you've gotten traffic to a website, you are phenomenal. The fact that you're simply plugged into the training here, even if you haven't gotten any results yet, the fact that you're simply plugged into the training with this amazing system that we have in place, I promise you, I've seen something close to this once before in business, and Thomas, you were involved in that years ago. It was amazing, but nothing compared to what's going on here at Empower Network, because we weren't earning 100% commissions, and it didn't, you know, it wasn't as amazing as this. This is absolutely insane what we have our hands on here. And so when you realize the power that we have here with this system, with this company, with this opportunity, with the amazing people that we're surrounded with, focus on all that positivity, and I promise you things are going to start changing. Change your belief right here and here. Change your belief, and your business will start shifting. I promise you, your life will be amazing. Focus on all the positive. People wonder why my life is so amazing. There's so much stuff that I could focus on that is wrong in my life. Trust me, life isn't perfect. Even for, the guy who did the call last night, Chris Record, he shared a powerful story in Chicago. His life is far from perfect, and the stuff that he's been dealing with over the past 4 months, 5 months, has been literally so hard to bear. I can't even fathom what he's going through emotionally with all the health problems that his family's having, all this different stuff that's going on. But I promise you, he focuses on all the positive, and because of that, his life is amazing. So when you focus on all the stuff that is right in your life just instantly becomes more magical and better, period. That's all there is to it. So, I could keep rambling, but I think we got to pass recognition over to some other people here, and yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That was cool. Did you do your stuff where you recognize people? Did you do that?
I did, yeah. I recognized all the people that upgraded and people that got results.
I'll do mine real quick. I'll just do the people that joined me today. Some of them I think might be watching, some of them might not be watching, but Bryce Hull, welcome aboard. Jonathan Greenwood, which Jonathan, it's kind of a crazy story because he joined me tonight from just advertising on autopilot. I'd never spoken with him before, and when I went to call him, he had the same area code that I had, and I'm like, holy crap, dude, where are you from? And he's actually from Decatur, which is like an hour away from my house, and so a guy joined me like an hour away from me, and we've never met or anything like that. I didn't target anyone close to me. That was the craziest thing. And then Ryan Reynolds, who also joined me today, which I think that's an actor. Congrats on joining me. And then Heather Bice, I think is your name. I hope I pronounced that right. Welcome to the team and all of that. I think you're watching, so what's up? And then the people that got, some inner circles from me over the last week or so, Bryce Hull, Nicole Bollinger, Luke Miller, Glazer John, Edward Dudley, Christian Sheets, Kathy Glover, Beverly Peffer. You guys are all awesome. And the inner circle, like Amy was talking about earlier, it changed my life. Before I started plugging into audios, I literally I think I had sponsored like 6 people into other things. I had sponsored like 20 people into Empower. Then I listened to this one audio. It's the July 23rd audio inside the inner circle, that $100 product, for about 21 days straight. And since then, I've brought in like 140 people into Empower Network since listening to that audio. Audios are powerful to change your life. And then Kenneth Dickens as well. And then
hey, Landon, I want to interrupt you really quick here for just a brief moment. Because I hope that you on the team were taking notes there. Landon said he was struggling to recruit people, and then he listened to that audio from July 23rd for 21 days straight. Just like it says below the audio, listen to this for 21 days straight. That's exactly what he did, and everything changed for him. So those of you that are wondering the secret, there it is. Write that down. Go download that audio and listen to it. But when you hear things like that, take action on it. When I heard the #1 earner in the company say that he read this book and it changed his life 10 years ago or whenever that was, we got our entire team plugged into this book, and it's absolutely phenomenal. That is what leaders do when they hear someone more successful than them say something. I have some notes from an audio I listened to from Shakir today saying that he writes down 5 to 10 things he's grateful for in the morning, and then at the end of the day, he writes down 5 to 10 things that he's grateful for that happened during that day. I'm going to start doing that because this guy made $106,000 last month. Listen to people that are more successful than you.
Yeah,
so go ahead, Landon, man.
I agree 100%. Like the other day I was watching a David Wood video, and he was like, if you want to learn the most effectively, you need to start doing videos every day. And so I pulled out my video camera that day, and I made a video that day. And I didn't make them this weekend, but I've made like videos like every single day since. And I'm going to keep making videos at least until Denver, just because he said to do it. Not only just for like marketing and things like that, but he was talking about how that's like the best way to learn something with like your brain, and he he's using these fancy terms I don't even understand. But you learn more whenever you learn something and then you do it and then you teach it, and that's when you learn the best and you learn the fastest. And so that's what I did. And so exactly what Jordan was saying. And then Kathy Glover, who got the Costa Rica and also the 15K, that's awesome. You have, by far the best training. And I know she's been going through it. And she's like, this is seriously like some of the best training I've ever been through in my life. And I think she's done a little bit of online stuff before, so she's kind of been around the block a little bit. And then there's someone else that got the 15K last week. She asked me not to actually say who she is yet. If you're watching this on Friday, if you type yes, I'll mention you. If not, it's no big deal. I won't say your name. But that's all I got for recognition. All of you guys are awesome. I'm so grateful. So grateful for you guys, and I want to see you guys explode. Like, my vision is to create an army, a team of people making at least $10,000 a month. Because I know $10,000. It's changed my life. It can change your life, a lot of people's lives. So my vision is to have an army of people making over $10,000 a month, and I believe I already have a very good group of people that are gonna do it. So you guys are all awesome. I appreciate you. And that's all for me.
Thomas, Perry, you guys got any recognition you want to throw out there, man? Anything you want to say?
I'm almost afraid to open my mic.
Oh, man. We're going to have to get you a new microphone, man.
I know, I just need a new computer.
Oh, that too.
I've been playing around with it. I cannot turn it any more down than I already did. So, yeah, a couple things. I've been out for the picture for like the last 10 days. I've been busy doing my thing, my offline brick and mortar business. So I want to just shoot a couple names out. I haven't talked to any of those people yet, so I'm going to give you guys a call this week. But I want to welcome new members. I'm just pulling up the list. Give me a second. Kevin Booth, he just came in last week. He came in as basic and inner circle, so congratulations to you. Bernard Siam, I'm sorry. He came in basic membership. Seems like he's from France, so I'm going to have to take or use Peric to give me some translation help on that. Ed Walsh.
You guys are awesome.
Ed Walsh from Ireland. He came in the basic membership and inner circle. I haven't talked to you yet, so I'm going to give you a call as well. And I give you a pass up, Jordan, I believe, last week as well. And
yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. Try to figure out. Sorry, guys, I'm like totally like not prepared at all. And this pass up is doesn't show up right now. I'm sorry.
Here, I can pull it up. I'm actually in my back office. You got to scroll down all the way because I've got so many freaking pass ups here.
Oh, David Owens. Yes. Yep. Welcome to the team, David. Basic member. Congratulations for joining the family, and you're gonna rock this thing. No problem. That's it for me. I'm unmuting
awesome.
myself.
And I want to throw out there too. I see that I just scrolled down here, and it looks like about 8 days ago, Ron Chocolate, he got his second sign up and passed up to me. So congrats, man. That's awesome. And welcome Nicholas Harmon. Nick just brought in his first person today. That's awesome. He joined 8 days ago, and he just brought his first person in. Yeah. Man, that's awesome. Rock on. I love this team, man.
This is crazy. I've never been around anything. Literally everything I've ever been in, there's one person making money, and everyone's like bowing down to this one person. Whereas, in Power, we went to Chicago, and there was, I don't know, hundreds of people on stage, that had made over 10,000. It was just.
When I saw the amount of people on stage that made over $100,000, I'm like, who the fuck are these people? I don't even know them. Like, I've never heard of them before. And the amazing thing is, if those people were in any other company, their name would be shouted from the rooftops because there'd be like one or two of them.
The funniest thing, I had a friend.
Not 100 of them.
Yeah. I had a friend who was in another company with me, and then he left my company, and he joined this other thing. He was literally making like $2,000 a month, and he was the guy leading the conference calls for that company, making $2,000 a month because he was one of like the leaders of the company, making like $2,000 a month. And I mean, there's nothing against that, but like you compare that, to Empower, and the leaders of our calls are making $500,000 a month. It's unbelievable.
And $2,000 a month is awesome no matter what. I'm not going to knock it, but
yeah,
you don't get on a conference call when you're making $2,000 a month. That's you got to be making like 15,
he's like the leader of like the entire company, that was just kind of funny.
Oh man, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
Well, should we bring some people out here?
Sure.
Let me go ahead and Perig, unless you had some stuff you wanted to throw out there, man. Anything you want to add to everything we're saying here before we start pulling some people out, man?
I'm good for now.
Cool. Do we know? Does anyone have to like go early or whatever? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna invite Ken Montoya because I know he might be at the fire station, and if he can get on, awesome. And never know when he gets pulled away. I was actually at the fire station with one of his good buddies, Tom Murky, a while back. We were doing some work on some stuff, and all of a sudden the fire alarm went off, and literally he's like, run, and my heart started pumping, and I like ran out to the fire engine. I got to go along on a ride in the fire engine to a car crash on the interstate, man, and it was intense, man. This huge fire truck was driving, weaving in and out of traffic, like going over curbs, and it was intense. So, Ken, if you're there, man, jump on out, and if not, I'll definitely, I want to hear what's going on with you, my friend, because you're starting to have some cool success, and I know it's all around the intention. Ken was looking at, Ken was watching me for a while, and I believe he came in January or December or something like that, and just started really setting his intentions not too long ago when Amy put that video together. And I'm not going to spoil it, but what happened was absolutely amazing because he set his intention, and because he set his intention and took the action within literally a couple days of buying the product, he made a $500 commission. So I'm going to let him share exactly how that happened, why that's so cool. And again, that just goes to show you need to, if you don't own the products, you need to get them. Because people that you bring in will buy those products, and those product sales will literally pass over you. Like Amy bought the all-in, she bought the master's course when I wasn't over here, and as of right now, I've already missed out, I believe, on $12,000 or $15,000 worth of commissions in just the past few months, thanks to the fact that I didn't own that product when Amy bought it. So you don't want that to happen. You have someone come in who's an absolute rock star and join your team because we got an awesome team here, and they just buy all the products because they want them, and you miss out on commissions. It's not fun. Getting one of those emails that says, congratulations, you just lost whatever. Not to mention, I mean, aside from that, guys, the training is phenomenal. The master's course, anyone here that's going through the master's course can tell you the kind of shifts that you're going to have because of it. Well, hey, so here's Ken Montoya from Colorado, man. How you doing tonight, Ken? You might be muted, man. If you look at the top right of your screen, you'll see a little microphone thing. You probably got to click on that. It typically mutes people over like 5 invites.
All right, how's that?
That is awesome, man.
Hi.
All right. I'm actually not at the fire station tonight.
Oh, right on.
Had a little sick call
Very
today,
nice.
So.
Very nice, man.
Yeah, last week we got hammered. I couldn't come out, and wanted to make sure I got on it tonight. Leaving for Vegas in the morning for a conference.
That's awesome, man.
Yes.
So share a little bit, Ken. I mean, first off, this is the first time that you're on the call here. I mean, you got started back a few months ago with me. What made you come and join Empower Network, man? I know you've been in the industry for a little while and whatnot. So what made you come over here and get started, man?
I actually avoided Empower Network since the day it came out, just because I was focused on the company that I was in, and I was going to make that work come hell or high water. And then, I joined you in that challenge a year or so ago when I first met you. Mm-hmm. And, that was cool. I actually got a couple little results from there, but, the big thing was I just was in my own way. And you hit me with an email, like the right email at the right time, and that was like, I didn't watch the video, I didn't watch nothing. I just hit join now.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So,
That's
so
cool.
why don't you share with everyone, Ken? I mean, first off, how you've been setting your intention. Again, congratulations. You just upgraded to the 15K formula. That course is amazing. And you gave me your intention. I literally like, I don't know if I emailed you back, but I don't know if I told you when I read that today, the hair on my arm was standing up and tears were pouring down my face. Because I'm so excited to know what's about to happen in your life and the freedom you're about to have, man. It's so cool. I know it's going to happen. I believe in it so much after reading that. So,
yeah, this whole intention thing is so new to me. Basically, any kind of personal development or believing in anything other than just the status quo is new to me. So,
yeah.
I've been playing with the intentions here lately, and I set the one for the Costa Rica, and the day before it was supposed to happen, I had no idea how it was going to happen, but I knew that the next day I had to set my intention for the 15K, so I set that, and like an hour later I got a phone call from someone who's been watching what I've been doing on Facebook, and they wanted to loan me the money to get the
Nice.
Costa Rica, and I'm like, sweet, here it is. It wasn't a loan, it was a birthday present. It was like 4 or 5 days after my birthday.
Man.
So
That's a
I got
really
that
good
one.
birthday present.
So yeah, that is. So then I set my intention for the 15K, and that was supposed to be for May 7th or 27th. Which will be my sister's birthday, and then what was it, like 3 days ago, 4 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
There it was, had it. So I just went ahead and pulled the trigger.
It was about 2 to 3 days after you purchased the Costa Rica, the $500 product, that you made your first $500 commission, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's
So
amazing.
This weekend could be pretty good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, that's so cool, Ken. Well, man, I mean, is there any, feel free to just ramble on like we do, man. If there's anything you want to say to the people out there, anything at all to people that aren't in yet, or to the people that are in the team and really wondering, is this thing real? Is this thing going to work? Or whatever, man, whatever you feel like saying, just go for it.
I think the biggest thing is, and like if there's anybody on here who actually knows me from Facebook and has been friends with me for a long time, you know that I'm like, setting intentions and personal development are really not my thing. My thing has always been, killing geese and fishing and chopping wood, or how tall can I make my Jeep without it flipping over? So this stuff is like, it's so foreign to me, and just like believing, like, the last time I set a goal and achieved it was a little over 15 years ago when I became a firefighter.
Wow.
And graduating the fire academy was probably one of the most important days, outside of family stuff. Having my wife and my kids, nothing compares with that. But as far as like goal-oriented stuff, becoming a firefighter was it for me. And the last 15 years, I was so happy with that I didn't set another goal, other than, what am I going to do this weekend? So, so this goal setting thing and like literally the results and how fast they're happening, and actually they're probably not happening as fast as they could be, because I keep getting in my own way. I still have a lot of doubts. I literally have like wars inside my own head every day when the negative thoughts come up, because excuse me, for a year and a half, Jordan, I've been doing this internet marketing thing. Why, I have no idea, because I don't talk to people. I'm not very social, but I believed I could do it, and this was kind of my last gasp. If I wasn't going to pull this one off, I wasn't going to pull any of them off. But I've never quit anything before, so here we go.
So what's different over here from what you've done in the past, then, man? I mean, obviously you're having more success here than you've had before. What's different?
I believe.
That's powerful,
Period.
Man. That's
Period.
powerful.
And here's like one last thing I want to say before I go is, the book we're reading right now, Psycho-Cybernetics. I was talking to my mom about that book, and See, I'm in my mid-40s, which makes my mom a little bit older than that. But she told me she read that book when she was 14 years old, and that everything she did in that book has turned out exactly like she said. And so I think she's pretty stoked that I'm finally starting to have some progress in my life. Even though I've had lots of successes in my life, you know, they've never been like what's about to happen here.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. You know, two things I want to touch on right there, because one of the things is what David Wood talks about in Module 1 of the 15K formula. And obviously, I'm not going to go too deep into it because, you know, well, I can't. I'm not David Wood, you know. But basically, I'm going to tell you in a nutshell what happened to me last year, and Ken, what happened to you for the past 15 years is what typically happens is we set goals, and then when we achieve them. Well, I shouldn't say what typically happens, but I should say what typically happens on why we become stagnant or achieve a level and then kind of plateau. Like we get kind of like stuck, if you will, at a certain income level or in a certain position in life, is because we've set a goal to achieve something, and once we achieve those goals, we forget to set new goals. You know, and so like last year, I didn't have any new goals. My goal was to move out of my dad's basement, quit my job, and I did that. Those were my goals. And then I moved to Colorado, and you know, I was making decent money. You know, $5,000-$10,000 a month, phenomenal for me considering I used to make $900 a month at my job. So it was like a whole shift for me. But I started just traveling the world, and I had no new goals set for myself on what I wanted to achieve financially and why I wanted to get there. And when I shifted that again in December, when I started going through the 15K formula, when I set a new intention or a new goal, I got to tell you, I'm literally, you know, in the past 13 days, in the past 3 weeks, I made like $13,000. It's just absolutely insane to me what can happen when you bend the universe to your will. It's just so cool. So the bottom line is, if you're stuck somewhere, it's because you don't have a goal of where you want to get to that's big enough to pull you forward. You don't have a big enough reason why you're moving forward, and that's why you're stuck. Go through the 15K formula module 1, and there literally is a step-by-step plan on how to get you from where you are to where you want to be, how to actually get you unstuck if you are. Ken, man, you know, if you're down, I would love to have you read your intention. If it's something you want to do. If not, it's not a big deal. If you want to save the intent, if you want to keep that private or whatnot. But I mean, I got to tell you, man, that thing had me in tears today because it was just so powerful. If that's something you'd love to do, man, I'd love to have everyone hear it.
You know, I haven't even shared that with my wife yet, Jordan.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold on to that one.
That's right. You did mention that in your email. You said I've only shared it with my mom and with you. So absolutely, man. No worries at all, man. No worries at all. Well, if there's any last words you want to say before we go and pull out the next person, man, I just want to say congratulations on your success and where you're headed, man, because it's phenomenal. It's fun to watch.
Well, thanks for having me out. I never thought I'd be on a hangout this quick. It's awesome.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
You're awesome,
I tell you what,
man.
start expecting it, Ken, because the universe is bending to your will right now, man. Start expecting whatever you want to happen, and it's going to start happening.
That's what I was going to say.
Absolutely.
Besides just the intention piece is the expectation piece, to expect exactly what you want to happen. I've had my email signature for a long time has been expect abundance, and I really feel like when we expect what we want, and I know Vic talked about it on stage in Chicago, getting rid of your plan B. I think it was Vic.
Yep.
You know, how powerful that is, and it's another reason, besides what Jordan just touched upon with not having another goal to pull you forward. A lot of people have a plan B, so they say, I'm going to try this, and if it doesn't work, then there's this plan B. When you get rid of your plan B and you expect what you actually want, that's where the magic happens in all areas of your life, not just here, not just in business, but in all areas of your life. I know I've shared this before, but you know, I had a plan B to get artificially inseminated when I turned 35 because I knew I wanted to have kids, and I was 33 and I was single, and that was my plan B, and it was like I was almost like just living into that. And when I met a spiritual teacher that I happened to meet when I was traveling in New Zealand, he said to me, what do you really want? Do you want to be in a relationship? And I said, yes. And he said, well, then get rid of your plan B and expect what you want. And I did that. And literally, like 6 months later, I was married and pregnant. So it's not just business, it's everywhere, but it's about actually expecting what you want to happen. And when we set an intention, like Ken's sharing here, that's what we're doing. We're expecting it at this, it's kind of at the same time. We're setting it with the expectation that it's going to come to be, and so they go hand in hand, but it's such a powerful, powerful thing when you actually expect what you want. So like Jordan said, Ken can now expect that we're going to be pulling him out here all the time because he's going to be successful. And if that's what he expects, then that's what's going to happen. And like Landon probably expects to sign up 3 to 5 people a day, so that's what happens for him. So, just think about what you expect in your life. If you expect to not have any success today, then that's what's going to happen. And if you expect something different, then that's what's going to happen. So, powerful stuff.
Definitely. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Which something else like in my own life, a little bit more proof of like intent, like April 1st, because like until April, the most I'd ever brought into Empower in a month was like 16 people, and I did that spending a lot of money on advertising, and it was like my first month ever promoting Empower, and so I already had a list that I've been building for like 2 years, and I brought in like 16 people, never been able to get anywhere close to 16 people, and then April 1st, I set a super clear intent, I wrote it down, and I said I'm going to sign up a person a day, every single day this month, no matter what. I said I wasn't going to sleep until I signed up a person every day this month. And so in April, I almost did it. I signed up 25 people in April. I almost did it, which was way more than anything I'd ever previously done. I made over 10,000 in April. And then I was like, kind of like, I almost hit my intent this month or whatever. And David Wood actually commented on one of my posts, and he was like, 2 a day in May, Landon. And so I set my intent this month for 2 a day every day. And I think as of right now, I've signed up 33 people this month, which is like 2.4 a day or whatever. It's the 14th. And so that's the power of being super clear with what you want and literally doing whatever it takes to make it happen. Being super willing to put in the work, do what it takes, and you can literally accomplish anything.
Mm-hmm. And Christy, I see you just posted that. I need to do that with several things in my life right now. There's no better way to set yourself up for success than to get the 15K formula and go through that first video. If you really want to learn how to set a powerful, specific intention, like Landon's talking about, that's where the training is. The best training I've ever seen, and I've been doing this kind of work for 15 years or so in different ways, but David Wood his process is better than anything I've ever seen. It works better than anything I've ever seen. So if you're looking for how to learn how to do this, that's where it lives. Video 1 of the 15K formula. Right.
Definitely. 300%.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, man. Well, Ken, man, thanks for jumping out. I'm going to go ahead and invite out, yeah, man, again, I look forward to having you out here again soon. Have $1,000 day coming up. We're gonna get you right back out here, man. I know it's coming, man. I see it in the next couple days, dude. I see that $1,000 day coming on strong, man. So
absolutely.
And here's the thing: you
Thanks
can't
for
have
having me out.
you can't have $1,000 day if you don't know. Well, you can have $1,000 day if you don't own the 15K formula, but it's a lot easier if you do own the 15K formula because that's just one sale.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Ken,
absolutely. Well, thanks, guys.
It was a lot easier having that $500 day with the $500 commission, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a lot easier than a bunch of $25 commissions, you know?
Uh-huh.
You're awesome, Ken.
It is amazing. I get people that come in with and they're at the $25 level, and they say, well, I want to make $10,000 a month in the next 90 days, but I'm going to start at the $25 level and see if I can make at least $25 before I start upgrading. And the intention there is that you're not sure this thing is going to work. The intention there is the belief level isn't even there at all. If you believe this is going to work, you'd be going all in as quickly as possible. When I got involved in business years ago, my belief level was, I remember someone asking me literally the day I ordered my credit cards so that I could start my business. I started my business on January 16th of 2009, and I remember that Christmas before I had decided that I was going to quit my job at my parents' restaurant and start business because I wanted to have a family life someday, and I wanted to have freedom that I didn't have. And I remember when I was telling my family and friends about the business that I was getting into, and they said, well, what's it all about? I said, honestly, I have no clue. I don't know what the products are. I don't know anything about it. All I know is these people are millionaires, and they're going to teach me how to do what they've done. I don't care. Nothing else matters. And I remember one of my family members looking at me and saying, well, how long are you going to try this thing out until you give up and go back to a job? How long are you going to try this thing out? And I was so confused. I'm like, what do you mean? How long am I going to try this thing out? I'm fucking doing this thing, period. That's all there is to it. You know, when you have that level of belief there, when you have that intention there that you're just doing this, I didn't have results in my first 5 months. I spent $15,000 and I didn't make a penny. I mean, luckily here, you don't have to go through that. You don't have to go through what I went through because it only cost $5,000 to get all in. And trust me when I say, if you were to stick $10,000 into paid advertising, like I did when I got started, you're gonna be making money. I can't guarantee it, but I have a very strong belief that if you were to put $10,000 into paid advertising, you're gonna make some freaking money. You know, so the bottom line is your intention has to be that this thing's going to work. You're going to make it work. You're going to do this, and you need to be getting all the products as quickly. If you have the money right now to buy a product that you don't have and you don't own that product, I'm going to just tell you that you're not going to make money at the other levels until you just move up to that next level. When you buy a product at a higher level, you start selling more of the products at the lower levels. It's just a belief shift that happens. Once I bought the master's course, I started selling the $500 course a lot more, and I started selling the $1,000 course a lot more, and I started selling the master's course. In fact, it was like, you know, it wasn't but maybe a few weeks after I bought the master's course that Tom Leartzer went and bought it right away. You know, he's like, I saw that you bought it, and so then I bought it too. That was all that had to happen. He's like, I saw that you purchased it, so then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to buy it too. You know, when you do something, your team members see that, you lead by example. That's what happened. Ken bought the $500, and one of his team members upgraded 3 days later.
When you guys get the power of 100% commissions, you make your money back instantly. You know? So you basically just got this amazing training product that allows you to write your own paycheck for the rest of your life for free. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely. All right, we got Brett just hopped out here.
Brett!
All right, Jordan, I'm going to pop off to make some room.
You're awesome,
sounds good, Ken, man. You have a great night, my friend. We'll see you in the comment stream, buddy.
Hey, Brett.
Oh, and by the way, if you're watching this and you saw what Ken just said there about getting in and the belief levels and the success he's having over here like he's never had anywhere else, if that doesn't make you feel the need to click that button down below right now and get started, then I don't know what else is gonna. I mean, maybe listening to what Brett's gonna say here or Byron after that, definitely will. But I promise you, if you don't feel the need to click that button below and get in right now, after you hear what Brett's gonna say, you're gonna feel that need.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, man. How you doing tonight, dude?
What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Bro.
Dude,
How is everybody?
Big congrats, my friend. I mean, that is just, you know, from talking to you in Chicago, I just knew something changed there. I saw it change inside of you, man, and you know, it's just so cool to see that within, what is it, 3 weeks later, you're already having $1,600 days. Like, man.
Get to the events, guys.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, before I got in Empower, I guess with Landon about 2 weeks before Chicago, and he just kept bugging me to get there, and I was
I do that.
And at the time, I mean, I wasn't really that serious, you know, a little bit about my background. And I've been in online marketing for 6 years, and I've done just about everything. So, to say the least, I was a little skeptical. And, but, you know, finally I just, you know, I said I would go. And at the time, I was in at the, you know, at the Inner Circle. And, you know, I went to Chicago, and, man, it's just hard to explain the transformations that happen when you're there. And I remember, I think it was Friday night after listening to Dave Wood put us all in a trance for about 2 hours. I walked out, and I don't know if Landon remembers, but I walked out and I said, bro, I'm getting all in. I'm gonna crush this. So,
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, when I got home, you know, I got my pages all set up, and I watched Jordan's training on the Facebook advertising, and I've just been crushing it, dude. I had a $1,600 day, and I was sleeping that night. And then,
how'd you do that, man? I always ask you, how'd you do that exactly?
I got people to the video.
You go to sleep, and you wake up, and you have
You were cold calling in your sleep then. That's how it actually worked, right?
Yeah. But it's crazy because, like, before that, I did some ads for a few days, and I was getting like 5 to 10 leads, and I was like Landon, this shit don't work, dude. You know, and he's like, man, you got to keep testing, keep being consistent. So I was like, okay. I was like, I will, man. And so I mean, just to give you a little numbers here, over the last 5 days, I've spent $25 to $30 in ad spend, and I'm getting 38 to I'm up to 45 leads today already. And I had my first 2 sale day today. Both people passed one up to Chris, and they're both 2 basics and 2 inner circles. And
just awesome, man.
Yeah, so it's, I mean,
So
with the lead flow that I have, you know, the leads that I have coming in now, and I'm just staying consistent with it. And I just know 2 a day is not that far away.
Yeah. That's just awesome. So basically, you're getting people to the video then.
Basically.
Okay.
And you know, I'm using the Jordan's method that he teaches in our team training, and I'm using the squeeze page that they provide, the same image everyone can have access to, and I'm sending them to the Empower video. That's it.
That's awesome.
That's good.
You know, but
so what else? I mean, you know, I heard you say that at the event in Chicago, you know, you just all of a sudden you were just like, I'm gonna crush this thing. Like, what happened? What shifted inside of you that made you all of a sudden believe that, feel that? Because that's the key right there, man. That's the key. Yeah. It's not the marketing strategy.
Right.
People doing this marketing strategy that aren't getting results because that belief level's not there. So
yeah, it's, you know, for me it was, you know, because as you guys heard when we had the team breakout, I shared, you know, my story, and you know, that took a lot because, you know, it's just something hard to talk about, but it you know, when you go to the live events, you see people and you meet people who really have been through way more, and they're just making it happen. You know, they just made a decision that no matter what happened in life and what's holding them back, that, you know, that's not going to stop them from doing what they want. I mean, they have people in Empower who are blind and deaf, you know, people who have, you know, cancer, and, you know, you see these people and you see how, you know, happy they are and that they're just working the business like there's no tomorrow. And when you see that, you're like, man, I really don't have it that bad, you know? And, you know, everybody, you know, if you're going through something, you know, you always feel like, you know, it's worse than what it is, and you feel like there's no way out. But, I mean, just take my advice. I mean, if, like I said, I've been online for a long time, and just this month, I've made more than I did online for, you know, the previous 2 years. And I know this month is just the beginning. I know that each month from here on out is just going to continue to grow. And, you know, and in Chicago, it's just, you see everybody and you just realize that you're not alone. You know, you got a group of people that believe in you. And, you know, that was the main thing for me, is just, you know, because when you suffer with depression and things like that for a long time, like I did, just to hear somebody say, you know, I believe in you, was like, was just life changing. And our group, you know, just I was a little skeptical when we first went up to the hotel. I'm like, man, I don't know any of these people, you know, are they going to be mean, or like, you know what I mean? I didn't know what to expect, but it was just like instantly walking into like a family reunion. It was crazy. Like I never experienced anything like that before. So, you know, for anybody that's not in with this team, I mean, just take it from me. I mean, I've been around for a long time, and everything that you need to be successful is right here. I mean, it's just the only thing that's lacking is you're not taking action. I mean, that's really what it's all about. I mean, for the longest time, that was my problem. I didn't take action, and I mean, I literally watched Jordan's webinar, did what he said to do, and now I'm getting 40 leads a day, and I know I'm going to be getting 2 sales a day here.
Which are right now, so. like literally, dude, right now, you're getting the lead flow to make $10,000 a month next month. because I got less leads than that in April and made over 10K. So like, I mean, you're on pace right now to do it. As long as you stay super consistent, super dialed in, you can do it literally next month, which is just awesome.
It's only like 5 or 6 $1,600 days that you need in order to make over $10,000 a month. You know, it's and those. I tell you what, when you start getting those $3,000 days, like I had, you know, in the past 3 weeks, I've had three $3,000+ days, which has really helped out to average out. I mean, some of the days I'm making, you know, $50 to $100 in residual commissions, and some days I'm making $200. But it's those $3,000 days that really bring that average up a ton. You know, it's just absolutely amazing. So, keep going, Brett, man. You're on fire. You're on fire, man. Keep going, dude.
Yeah, just to speak more to the team. I mean, I've been part of other, you know, traditional MLM companies in the past and direct sales companies, and you know, it's more than just, you know, this team is more than just, you know, this is what you need to do and just do it. I mean, it's more than just handing out resources. I mean, because, you know, 90% of being successful, I would say 90% of being successful is all mindset. I mean, if you want it bad enough, like if this is really what you want, and when Dave Wood says get 30 people a day to the video and you'll be making enough money to quit your job or pay your mortgage or car payment, whatever your goal is, I mean, you will find a way to do it. I mean, there's no, I mean, if you want it bad enough. So, I mean, that's what's great about this team and this group of leaders. I mean, they're there to, you know, motivate you and believe in you, but they're not. It's not like they're locking you into, you have to do it our way or we're going to kick you out, you know? I mean, there's so many different ways to get 30 people a day to a video. I mean, I'm having success using Jordan's strategy, but I mean, there's, you know, 1,000 different ways, you know, to get people, you know, to a video. And, you know, I put my own little twist on, you know, what Jordan was teaching, just because, you know, I felt that my ad budget wasn't up to where I wanted to be. And, you know, so I mean, you'll always find a way. And the thing I like about Empower, and then, you know, mainly this team, is that they really get your mind right. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, because, you know, being that I've been online for so long, I mean, I know how to work like every advertising platform there is, and, you know, I know all the technical stuff, but it was always that little voice in the back of your head saying that you can't do it, or it was almost like a fear of success, you know, a fear of being happy. You know, it's because you've always been programmed that, you know, go to school and, you know, get a job, and if you veer from that path, then, you know, people will look at you different, or, you know, say that's crazy. And at the end of the day, when you get plugged in and get moving, you're going to realize that that's actually crazy. I mean, who wants to work till they're 70 and then finally retire, and when you're old enough not to do anything, too old to do anything, you know? I mean, I don't think Jordan could go mountain biking when he was 70. Might break some hips or something, you know.
Dude, actually, you will be amazed. I'll be biking up the hill out here, and I see a 70-year-old go cranking by me at like twice my speed. I'm like, what the? Like, I feel like a wussy when I see that happen. But like, man, you know, so I can see myself, if I keep biking the way I do, I can see myself being 70 years old and cranking up a hill, because I've seen people do it, and my belief level shifted when I saw someone else. You know, just like at the event when I mean, you guys all saw this. I mean, this was amazing. When I saw that 12-year-old get up on stage and share exactly how he's made $12,000 in his first 4 months in Empower Network. That's $3,000 a month that a 12-year-old is making, working 10 hours a week on his Empower business. He's making like $75 an hour. A 12-year-old is making $75 an hour. When I saw that happen, what was the secret? And Brett, I really like what you said there is a little bit ago, is it doesn't matter what marketing strategy you do. We're not going to tell you have to do it our way or the highway. The Facebook strategy works great for you. Does that mean everyone has to do it? Is that going to work for everyone? No. If someone likes doing videos and they get signups from doing videos, do videos. If someone likes doing solo ads, do solo ads. If you like connecting with people on Facebook, there's a $40,000 a month earner in Empower doing all free prospecting on Facebook. That's all she does. You know, do you have so the point is, and that's why I love what we do here at Empowers. We're not saying you have to do any one particular strategy. We give you a smorgasbord of strategies. You pick what works for you. The bottom line, what everyone says is they get people to that video on a daily basis. You get someone to the video the first time, and then you get them there again and again and again through your email follow-up, through your blog post. Whatever way you do it, it doesn't matter. However you get people there is how you get people back to that video to watch it again and again and again and again. And typically someone seeing a video or seeing information or being on our Hangouts, it takes 7 touches for a person to pull the trigger. Some people literally watch the video and they feel the urge to click the button and just buy right now and get started because they're like, this is amazing. I've never seen anything like this before. I understand it. I get it. This is powerful. Some people take, you know, more than 7, and that's why the average comes down to 7 touches. So getting people back to that same video, the commission loophole video, getting someone to our Hangout. There's a lot of people who've said, I've been on 3 of your Hangouts and then I couldn't resist anymore. You know, if you've been hanging around us for a couple weeks, I don't know how you haven't just gotten in yet. I can't even fathom how you can be here week after week after week with us and watch the results. I mean, our team is literally growing by 10% or more a week. It's growing by more than 10% a week right now. I don't have the exact numbers, but I'm going to start looking into that a little bit more. I know we're growing over 10% a week, which is fucking insane to me to think about. If I were to think that my team could grow by 10% a week in the other companies I've been involved in with the other non-systematic processes we didn't have in place that were shitty, there's no possible way that we could grow. We didn't have the infrastructure in place, but we have it here. So when you see these people having results and you hear them say, what did you do? What's the secret? The secret is up here and in here. And the marketing strategy just, it doesn't matter which one you choose. You just do what's right for you, and you get people to that video. You get people to watch the video. All you do is get people to watch the video, and then they're going to click that button down below the video and just join right now. That's what's going to happen. So, man, Brett, keep going, dude. You're on fire. I'm loving it, dude.
Yeah, dude, you're awesome, man.
I was just going to say something else, too, because you know, I think another thing that's important that a lot of people give up on is, you know, like Landon was saying, just being consistent. You know, I've learned really over this past week and a half that, you know, this success that I've had wouldn't have come if I wouldn't have stayed consistent. I mean, you can't run one ad on Facebook and get 20 leads in a day and not get a sale and quit. You can't buy a solo ad and get, you know, or whatever your method is and not get a sale and quit. I mean, you just have to be consistent and just believe that, you know, if Dave Wood and Dave Sharp say if you get 30 people a day to the video, eventually, you know, the numbers work out. You know, it's just the way it happens. So, you know, if you're struggling right now to build your business, you know, don't spread yourself too thin. What I would recommend is, you know, picking something that you like, something that you've had success with in the past, and just stay consistent with it. And, you know, I've found a liking to this Facebook strategy. I've always been kind of a paid marketing person in videos. I'm gonna start doing some videos, but, you know, I'm just going to keep getting 35 to 40 leads a day until Denver. And I know that when I told Landon when we were leaving, I said, by Denver, you know, I want to make $60,000 with Empower, quit my job, and hang out with y'all at the Masters Retreat. So, you know, I'm on pace to do that, and I feel confident that I will. And, you know, it's just going to happen. I just know it's going to happen. And I mean, and that's what's motivating me. And I know if I stay consistent, the numbers will work out.
That's powerful, man.
Awesome, man. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
And one more thing for people that are watching right now, and you're like thinking about getting the Costa Rica and the 15K and all of that. You're like, we keep talking about it, and I might buy it. Like one thing I'd like to say about Brett, when he joined like a few weeks before Chicago, and he joined at, you know, the $25 and the $100 package. So we got the inner circle and the basic, and he like sort of didn't believe that just by getting someone to the video that he could sell the $500,000 thing. Like he kind of just by like listening to him, he sort of didn't believe that, and so he went to Chicago. And after Chicago, he's like, now I need it. You know, so he bought it, and literally like 3 days after buying it, he had someone literally just watch the video, buy the 25, buy the 100, buy the 500, and buy the $1,000 thing. He never talked to the person on the phone, and so had he not bought it like 3 days before that, I would have gotten a $1,500 commission loss. You know?
And you would have gotten that email that said, "Congratulations, you just lost."
Yeah. I told him I would have sent him some cupcakes.
I would have had to go in strong arm Landon since he's half my size to PayPal me the money.
Dude, I would have sent you some cupcakes, man. I would have appreciated it.
Some cupcakes.
But that's exactly what built my belief, Brad. I think you know this, but when I got, I didn't own the $500 product in the beginning, and I lost 2 commissions in one day. And as bummed as I was about that, what that did for me was it showed me proof that people are going to buy everything whether I own it or not.
Yeah.
I don't have to get on the phone with them. I wasn't even involved in the process. I wasn't even home. It was like leads that I got from a co-op, and 2 people bought. At the time, we only had the 3 products, and I only owned 2 of them. So what that did was it showed me that some people are going to get in and buy everything, and that's what happens here. And so if you don't own everything, then yeah, you get that email that says you just lost a $500 commission, or you just lost a $1,000 commission, and that's what's so cool about what we have here is like we're not even involved in that process. All we do is get people to the video, like you said, and the rest of it just happens by itself, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's all I do.
And that's like, for the longest time, I would sit there and I would say, if only I was like Jordan, or if only I was like Landon, or if only I was like Tony, I can make a lot of money. They have a big list. They have thousands of dollars to spend in advertising. But the truth of the matter is, anybody that's out there right now, you can have everything that they have if you want it bad enough. I mean, you have to realize those guys, every single one of them, everybody on this Hangout, every leader started from where I was or where you may be, and they just worked, man. They just stayed consistent. They had a vision in mind, and they just worked. And if you want it bad enough, it doesn't matter where you're at in life or what you're facing, you can do it. I mean, everybody here believes in you. I believe in you, and it's just you just have to want it and just take action. I mean, that's just it. I mean, if you want to make money, if you want to work from home, just work. I mean, just believe in yourself and do it. I mean, we're living proof. All these people that are coming out are proof. I mean, I failed for 6 years. I'm just a regular guy like everybody else. I mean, this company you're at the right place, the right time, the right team. I mean, it's just got to take action, get in, and do it. I mean, that's it.
Awesome, man.
Dude, I had no clue, Brett, that you literally started like a week or 2 before. How long before the Chicago event did you join?
It was like 2 weeks before-ish.
2 weeks before?
Yeah, it was
like the beginning of April.
Now,
it was like 2 or 3 weeks before.
That's powerful, too, because there's a lot of people, Brett, that get in, and, I did this back in the day. I said, I'm going to get to a live event when I'm making enough money in my business to be able to pay for it with my business. That's when I'm going to get to a live event, and because of that, I didn't get to my first live event until 18, 19, 20, about 20 months into my business or something like that. And the amazing thing was I quit my job within like 6 weeks of getting to my first live event. So I went from like struggling to make about $1,400 a month at most. That was the most I had ever made, to all of a sudden making like $5,000 or $6,000 in 3 weeks. And I was like, well, I don't need a job anymore because I just made 5 months worth of income in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was the same way. I mean, had all these limiting beliefs, and you should see if it works before you spend money to get to Chicago. You should recruit some people first, and excuse me. But it was just I had been following Landon a little bit. I knew what he was about a little bit, and then he kept bugging me to go, and then we had some other guys from. It was funny. We had some other guys, and I was like, nah, I can't go. I'm not gonna make it. And then we had some other guys from Louisiana actually who were going, and just one night I connected with them, and I was like, he's like, yeah, dude, we're going. So I mean, I got in the car with them. Never met these guys. I mean, he lives like 40 minutes from me. I drove to his house, parked at his house, and never met him before ever in person. Got in the car and we drove 17 hours to Chicago.
Wow.
And then,
Wow.
that's a regular story for you folks. I mean, that's just three. It was three of us, four of us in a car, 17 hours. I mean, that's three, four regular people who decided they didn't want a regular life, and we made it happen. And since we've been home, all three of us, and Landon can testify to this. Me, Christian, and Jason are all rocking right now, dude. I mean, Christian's he's making, he's made $500+ a day since he's been home, but the last 3 or 4 days. Jason's getting results. I mean, it's just, we were a regular group of guys. We made a decision that we wasn't gonna put up with this life anymore. Crammed in a car, drove 17 hours there, 17 hours back, and just went to work.
That's so awesome.
That's
man.
it.
Like, live events change you. Oh, what were you saying, Jordan? My bad.
I was just gonna say, and had you sponsored anyone previous to getting to Chicago? Had you brought anyone in even at the $25 or the dollar level at all?
No, because Landon will laugh at this. I mean, because I was like, dude, that Ian sales video. Power Network sales video just doesn't convert, dude. I mean, I was like, dude, I'm gonna build this badass training site. And, like, I was getting all this stuff set up, and I was like, I bought like some nice shirts and shit, and I was gonna film like a nice sales video to sell people, and then he's like, nah, just send people to the video. I'm like, this dude is lying, and when I put him in the corner in Chicago, I'm gonna make him tell me the truth, But there's like, everybody you talk to there is like, what are you doing? Like, we're just sending people to the video, and like, it took me forever, because I didn't believe it. I mean, I'd been online, for so long, and I just didn't believe that was the case. And then I got one sign up at the $25 level, just sending people to the video, and I was like, all right, maybe that's a fluke, and I was like, we're gonna keep trying this thing. And then one night I went to bed, and then woke up the next morning with $1,600, and I didn't even talk to the person. I'm like, all right, yeah, the video probably works.
Oh, dude, how did that feel waking up to that, man? How did that feel?
It's just, it's kind of like when you're going on like a roller coaster and you're coming down like a big drop, like your stomach's all light, and like, dude, I felt like I was like floating in the clouds all day, dude. Like it was like early in the morning, because I got a 7-month-old, so she gets up, she don't sleep ever, and I was like about to call Landon at 5 in the morning and tell him about it, But I mean, it's just. You really can't explain. I mean, it's just. I mean, yeah, you just get that feeling like you've been on like a roller coaster. Your stomach's all floating, and your feet and hands are all tingling. It's just because I have in the past I've had like $100 or $200 days doing some CPA marketing and some other things, but I mean, $1,600. I mean, that's like my mortgage and the car payment, like, done already.
That's awesome, man.
That's just awesome. Yeah, and that's what happens when you go to events. So, like, anyone, if you're thinking about getting your ticket to Denver, like, get it now. Get it early and start planning now so that you make sure you can go. Because events...
It's going to sell out soon anyway.
Is it? Okay, yeah, so that's even like a bigger reason. Get your ticket to Denver. It'll change your life. Like, before Denver, like my own like personal like financial situation within Power Network, in the 17 months I was within Power Network, before Chicago, 17 months I was within Power Network, I made a total of $15,000 in 17 months. So it's like a little less than, $1,000 a month. Since being back from Chicago, like 3 weeks or close to a month now, I've made about $12,000. So I've made almost as much money in 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it's been as I did in the last 17 months. And that's because of what I learned in Chicago. It'll change your life. So get your ticket to Denver now. Like Amy said, it could sell out. You just log into Empower. I think there's even like a login button on the screen. Just log into Empower, buy your ticket, and go. It'll change your life, seriously.
Mm-hmm. One other thing that I want to touch on that Brett said, because Brett said he's been online for a long time. I was online trying to make money online for 7 years before I joined Empower Network. And I was doing all this stuff that Chris Record was talking about on that call, and just really just trying to figure it out, and I never made any money. And the beautiful thing about this place is, like, I got into Empower Network, and then all of a sudden I started making money. And I don't know if it's kind of been the same for you, Brett, but it's like everything is just handed to us. I mean, it is as simple as sending people to a video. And all of that stuff that we thought we had to do, like building websites and team sites and all that stuff, like, we don't need to do any of it here. And so anyway, it's just amazing. You know, when people say to me, like, yeah, you have a lot of experience when you got here. I mean, I had a lot of experience, like, figuring out how to set stuff up and stuff because I'd been doing that, but I didn't have any experience making any money. Like, I hadn't had any success doing anything. The reason I've had success here is because it's easy. It's simple.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
Well, I guess, like, some people tell me that too, and it's like, yeah, I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say it's. I mean, because I did the same thing. I mean, I got kicked out of malls and movie theaters, and I always laugh at what David Wood says, because, like, I did that, you know. And it's like, and it's not that we have or anybody has. I would say, I mean, yeah, you might have a little more experience on some of the technical stuff, but I mean, you just have more drive. I mean, you know, I've been right. I mean, when I graduated high school, I mean, the summer in between college and high school, I mean, I joined my first company. So I mean, it's like I've been working at it and wanting this that bad enough for that long. And I mean, most people give up and quit, you know, after their first or second failure, and it's like, you just can't. I mean, you just gotta want it. I mean, yeah, I don't know anything anybody else doesn't know. I mean, I could be making just as much money as, you know, Tony Rush and some of these other guys. I just now I know that the steps. I mean, just be consistent, get people to the video every day, start getting 2 sales a day, and I'm going to be on stage with those guys. Maybe not in Denver, but in the next event. I mean, it's
Denver,
just
man.
That's it. It's not experience, or we don't have any special powers or traffic secrets or anything. It's just drive. It's just the motivation to succeed.
That's so cool, man. You know, I want to touch on something you said there, Brett, because I didn't know that you were thinking all these things. There's people out there that are thinking the exact same things that you were thinking. And I actually, you know, if you talk to Amy, what I did in December was freaking stupid. I went and created my own sales video too. You know, me and Amy did. And Dave Wood's like, what the you know, that was one of the things he said to me on the call. He's like, dude, is your sales video converting? I said, no. He said, well, ours is. I said, okay, you know, touché, dude. So here's typically what some people believe they need to do, and why they struggle is they believe they have to do things that they shouldn't, that they don't have to do. You know, I've got some team members that came to me and said, Jordan, I see that you guys are building a team site, so I want to create my own team site. I said, well, why? I trust me, I wouldn't want to build a team site if I didn't have to. If it was already all in place and I could just plug people into it, I wouldn't have done, you know, me and Amy and Chris wouldn't have done the work we've done here if it wasn't necessary. If that was already in place, we would not have done that work. And then I see some people come and say, well, I need to build my own team site because that's what you guys have done to have all your success. No, it's not. Well, the reason that it's so successful is because we can literally just now plug people in, and our team members can just plug people in. So when you sign someone up, all you do is you send them that welcome email, give them a call, or have your assistant call them, or whatever you do, and plug them into the team site. Plug them into the team site. They automatically then go through the process. If there's someone who's an action taker, they're going to follow the steps, go through, set their intention, do the stuff, plug into the Facebook group, get onto the Hangouts. They're going to do the things that they should be doing if there's someone who's going to take their business seriously. That's all you have to focus on, is producing your own results and plugging people into the team site. I even see people go off and, you know, not having results yet, and they say, well, I'm going to go create my own capture pages and my own stuff. And I say, why are you going to do that? You know, I had someone come to me and they said, Jordan, can you check out this capture page? I'm about to send $1,000 of traffic through it, and I want to make sure you think it's good enough. I said, well, you know, here's my opinion. Don't fucking do it. You know, I can't tell you if it's good or not, because it's the only thing that can tell if it's good or not is sending traffic to it. I can tell you my opinion on something, but my opinion doesn't matter. The opinion that matters is the traffic, the visitors that go land on that capture page, if they opt in. If they opt in and then go to the sales video, if they buy from watching the sales video, that's the only way to tell if something's good or not. So what I say to all the people out there who think they have to go and do their own things, don't. Take what's already working. If you see a capture page that Landon's using that's working, if you see a capture page that Amy's using that's working, if you see the capture pages in our team site that you can literally copy them. All you have to do is go through a little bit of technical stuff, but the videos are there to teach you how to set them up. You can literally copy what's already working, what's already getting 40% opt-in rates, 60% opt-in rates. Tristram even got a 100% opt-in rate for solo ad with our capture page the other month. It's crazy. So why reinvent stuff when you don't have to? My suggestion is take what's working, copy that. Some of the stuff like the Facebook marketing stuff we're talking about here, you got to tweak it a little bit, because obviously you're not telling Landon's story or my story or what have you. You're sharing your own story, so you got to tweak it just a little bit. But copy what's already working. Figure out why that's working. Once you start getting results, you're going to understand, hey, this is why this is working. Then you can go off and do your own thing and start to test different things and tweak different things. I sent out a Facebook ad the other day. I spent like $150 on it, and I think I got about 10 leads. And so I said, holy shit, okay, that's not working. I'm not perfect every time. Like, my stuff doesn't always work perfectly. Like, it doesn't always get me results. And some people will look and say, well, Landon, everything you do must get you results. No, that's not the case. All we're doing is we're testing.
I've been paying $50 a lead this week myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you just keep testing.
Yeah, I mean, because I remember, because Landon told me something to kind of put it in perspective. He said, the best thing you could do right now for your team is to produce. And I was like, all right, you're right. Because when you're producing and you're plugging people into the site, it's you can help guide them, and you just motivate them to let them know that a regular person just like them, somebody that connected with you on a personal level, can get the same results you're getting. So once I got past all of that, I mean, I have no interest whatsoever in setting up a team training site. I mean,
it's not fun, dude.
The other thing is, if you do that, then everybody you bring into your team thinks that's what they have to do, and they're not going to produce any results, because they're going to be spending their time trying to do that instead of just marketing.
That's another thing about this.
Everybody just sees that everybody plugs into the site, so that's what they do, and then they can just move on and start marketing and start getting results right away, instead of like everything else before Empower Network that I've ever done, and it required you to set a bunch of stuff up before you could do anything.
Right.
And this doesn't require that. So that's why we take a lot of the learning curve out of the equation for people, and we take a lot of the time out of the equation for people, so they can start marketing today and start getting results today just by using. I mean, we even have co-ops in place for our team. So even before you go through the products to pick your marketing strategy, you can plug into the team co-ops and get leads the day you join if you want to. Or, like get into the co-op the day you join. So, I mean, we just try to make it as simple for people as possible.
Yeah, now, Brett, I do want to say, man, when you start cranking, 10, 20, 30, 40,000 a month, if you have the desire to go off and create your own team site and branch out, and have your own team underneath the Be the Change team umbrella, by all means, man. I mean, I would never hold you back from doing it. But, one of the cool things about what we have here is that I promise you our team vision, Chris and me and Amy and Thomas and Landon and Perig here and Brett, I know you and everyone else who's bringing team members in, our vision is growing so big that your vision can be housed here. And trust me, if you come in and it's not big enough, we'll grow. We'll grow our vision so that your vision can fit inside of what we're doing here. Just like Dave Wood and Dave Sharp keep growing their vision so that all of our visions are have enough room to grow. And when you're getting results in our team, we're going to bring you out here and show you to the people, and you're going to be the leadership of the team. What our vision is, our vision for having a team of 10,000 people by the end of 2013, which we're going to crush. I mean, we are going to blow it out of the water. We're going to have way over 10,000 people in our team by the end of the year at the rate we're growing right now. It's just absolutely insane. It cannot happen unless people like Brett, people like Ken, people like Byron, who we're about to pull out, and Perig and Thomas, and all the people that are coming up into the leadership. And Juan, Juan's been in for, I don't know, maybe like 2 months or so, and he's signing people up like crazy. Absolutely awesome stuff. People that are having their their very first results now. It's those of you that are starting to get these results and are going to grow up into the leadership of this team that's going to help us get to that 10,000 team members. That's going to help us grow. That's going to be able to come on here and teach people what you're doing. That's going to figure out a new strategy, and you're going to come to us and you're going to say, hey, this strategy is working really well for me. Can we, maybe we teach it to the team. If you got something that's working that we're not teaching, we want our team members to know. We want the entire team to know. We want to give you recognition on the team site. We want to plug you in and have you train the people on what you're doing to get results. So by all means, Brett, go create a team site when you're cranking and you got a team of thousands of people. I would say if you want to do that, by that point in time, you just hire someone to create the damn thing for you.
That's what I'm thinking.
But you don't have to. You don't have to. So that's awesome, man.
That's awesome. And I want to touch on something like Amy was talking about, like how simple it is. I remember back in the day before Empower Network, being on the phone with a prospect that was thinking about joining me in an opportunity. And at the time I was blogging and doing SEO without Empower Network. And they're like, so after I, joined you in this thing, what do I need to do? And I was like, well, first we have to set you up a blog. That'll probably take 30 to 60 days. After we get this entire blog, built for you, it costs a couple $100. You're going to have to learn a lot of, super technical stuff. Then we've got to get this thing ranked in Google. Now, well, how long will that take? I'm like, probably 90 days, 6 months or so. So in about 9 months from the day, you can start getting traffic. And then after you do that, we'll teach you how to prospect and close people. And so they're and so that's probably why no one ever bought from me. I sponsored nobody before this, because people are there's no way I'm gonna do that crap. And I'm like, I wouldn't do it either. It sucks, And then in Empower, what do I need to do after I join? I'm like, well, there's a sales video that you watch to join. Send people to that thing, and then they join, and then people buy all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'll just say one other thing, and then I'll get out of the way so I can bring somebody else out. As far as simplicity goes, I literally set up my squeeze page with the page in the back of our team site. That took about 5 minutes, and it's converting at 35% right now. And I created my ad in 10 minutes, and I've been generating 40 leads a day at $25 to $30 ad spend, and I've right under $2,000 in Empower this month, and it took me 20 minutes to set up, and I've just been letting that go on autopilot. I mean, I'm paying I'm paying a dollar something a lead, and they're quality leads because they're messaging me on Facebook, and I have 7 or 8 people who I've sent the video to, and they're checking it out that I've been chatting with. So I mean, the next couple of days here could be pretty cool. We'll see what happens.
The next couple of days are very cool, man. Expect it, and it's going to happen.
To be cool.
Cool. Well, Byron Caraway, man, I just shot you a thing, and Amy, I don't know if you want to introduce. I mean, you know him better. I'll let you introduce him. But the one thing I want to, it just popped into my mind here, Brett, from you talking about that is, some people would look at a business and say, well, if you're making $5,000 a month and you're doing this work, to make to make $10,000 or $15,000 a month, it's got to be a lot more work. And it scares people, and so they don't believe that they can actually make more money with doing less work. And just to dispel that myth and just to share the insight here is the only difference that has to happen, the only thing that has to change is getting more people to that video. So what did Brett do? Brett's getting 40 leads a day now. He could be literally doing the same amount of work and getting 10 leads a day, because all it matters is him changing that little ad budget on his Facebook ad. He's still going to email. He's still going to write the same email copy or copy and paste the same email copy. He's still going to write the same blog post if he does, or create the same videos if he does that. He's still going to do the same exact actions. He's still going to invite people to the same hangout here. We're still going to have this hangout whether there's 224 people on like there is right now, or whether there's 5,000 people on like there's going to be in a few months. We're still going to be doing the exact same action steps that we're doing on a daily basis as we are right now. The only difference is we're going to have a higher ad spend or a higher budget and be generating more leads. So naturally, automatically, magically, we're going to be making more money because we're going to have more people looking at the video. The more people you get to the video, the more people you get to these hangouts, the more money you're going to make. So to make more money doesn't take any more work. All it takes is more lead flow, more traffic, which you can just pay for.
And then just to touch on one other thing, and then I'll head out, is teach your team what you're doing. And if everybody under you is getting 40 leads a day, I mean, if all of your team members are doing 40 leads a day, you can stop running your ad. You know, just go chill on the beach. I mean, at some point, it'll get to that level. I mean, it's not, you know, I'm not slaving away for. You're not gonna be slaving away 40 extra hours. I mean, you know, like the money I've made this month, I'm reinvesting and almost all of it back into my business. I mean, how bad do you want it? How serious are you taking it? I mean, that's just what you have to do. And, you know, when, like Dave Wood says, I mean, when you're getting started, you know, this is the grind stage. I'm doing everything that I can to grow my business, and at some point, I'll be able to go take naps and stuff like Jordan.
Which that's the real secret.
Yeah, the real secret is to sleep more and make more money.
Well, it is, dude. When we were down in Hawaii, and Byron, man, I see you just jumped out here, and I definitely want to have Amy introduce you and get you out here in just a moment. But when we were down in Hawaii, Amy was making all this money, and I'm like, Amy, what's your secret? And she's like, dude, you guys are working too hard. You know, she's like, you guys need to work less, and then you'll make more money. And you know, I'm like, that doesn't, you know, okay. And so, you know, even though I sponsored Amy, Amy teaches me a ton. You know, like I have come back, and I've been so. It's been so amazing that I could just plug in with Amy because she was getting phenomenal results, and I could say, Amy, what's going on here? And she just said, you know, go through the 15K formula, and here's what I'm doing. Here's how I'm not working. Here's how I have my assistant do this stuff for me, and here's how I'm getting these results. And she said, work less. So I left, you know, after Hawaii, we came home, we did some work, we got ready for Chicago, went to Chicago, got out of Chicago. I literally worked less. My family at home, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not much. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I'm seriously not doing much, and I'm fucking making $3,000 today. You know, I was on a walk with my mom. We were walking, and she's like, "What did you do today to make $3,000?" I said, "I woke up and I wrote an email." You know. You know, and she's like, that doesn't even make sense to me, you know, because like she's not making $3,000 a month writing an email, you know, or even a day. You know, it's just so. You know, and another cool thing too, like how we are Be the Change. You know, our team is Be the Change. The cool thing that happened on that walk was my mom said to me, and my mom's, you know, 50, I don't know, 50 something. I don't know exactly how old, but she said to me, she said, you know, Jordan, I've been really studying the law of attraction and personal development lately because I've watched what you've done with your life and how much it's changed. And I would love it if we could just get together on the phone once a week and just talk about some of the stuff you're learning. I can share some insights with you. You can coach me, guide me, whatever. And it's so cool that my mom comes to me and says that because I didn't go to her and say, Mom, I think you should do this stuff. What I did was I just went out and I did what I did to myself, and I changed my life. And naturally, people around me started seeing that and are asking me what I'm doing and how my life is so amazing. Just like Ken Montoya, man, his mom signed up with him, and he didn't even know that she was looking at him. He didn't even know that she was watching him build a business. She signed up with him, and the reason that he found out was she's like, I'm having trouble paying. Can you help me pay this? You know, and get started here. And it's happening more and more. There was someone else that just told me the other day, they're like, I didn't even know, but my family member just decided to join me. And I'm like, oh, you know, just from watching. So, you know, with that, man, Brett, dude, you are awesome. I know we're going to have you out here on more Hangouts real soon, man. You're going to be cranking. You know, I will definitely be seeing you around, and I can't wait for Denver, man, because you're going to be up on stage for that commission countdown. With that, man, Amy, I know you want to introduce Byron and go from there.
Thanks for having me out, everybody.
Thank you, Brett. You're welcome. Hey, Byron. So yeah, so Byron has been in Empower Network with me since pretty much the beginning, and I met him in person at the very first event in Atlanta, and then I'll let you tell your story, Byron, but my understanding of it is that he got kind of distracted doing some other stuff, and he just came back in, and like immediately after coming back in, he just had a $1,600 day. So so welcome back, Byron, and I'd love to just hear your version of the story.
Yeah,
and,
you can hear me all right?
Sticking around for as long as you have. Yeah, I can hear you great.
Solid. It's pretty much like you said, you know, so many of us get into Empower, and we're new to it, and, you know, immediately, okay, got all this training here, I'm going to study this, and then, oh, look, you know, somebody's doing some other marketing, some other new newfound method that no
Shiny
one else is
object
doing,
syndrome.
and then look into that. And I got distracted along the way. I will admit that, but I never just like quit. I never downright was like, I'm done, I'll never do it. What I did was, and I believe Landon said it, he listened to one of Dave Wood's audios for 21 days straight because it said to do it, and I was like, you know what, let me listen to this. Listen to that, and I just kept listening to it. And what I did was, I deployed last October. I'm in the Air Force, and I've been in the Air Force about 3.5 years now. And
Thank you.
I deployed. Yeah, no problem,
Thank you,
no problem. And I deployed last October, and before I left, I was like, man, like, I can't be doing this the rest of my life. Like, in a deployment in the Air Force, it's nothing crazy anyway. But I set my intentions. I said, let's take this serious, and I created a blog post, and I actually had hired somebody on Odesk to do the keyword research and SEO optimize it and everything. And I sat up all night one day creating the blog post, and we got it to rank #1, and that was back in October, November of 2012. Forgot about it, and months later, I'm just still plugging away, doing training and whatnot, and finding different people to network with and doing different methods. And I didn't even know that I had I didn't even know I had signed the person up. Amy messaged me on Facebook and was just like, hey, Byron, do me a favor and, get in contact with one of your new signups. And I was like, cool, no problem. Contact him. And as soon as I talked to him, he was like, hey, I'm about to upgrade. I was like, cool, and next day, checked the back office, and there was my my $1,600 worth of commission. And I remember just sitting with my buddy, we were out in Kuwait, and I just started grinning in front of everybody, and I just started smiling like, oh, this is happening. Oh, and everybody's like, what are you so excited for? I was like, you don't even want to know. I was like, you won't believe me, and one of my friends was like, come on, man, tell me. And we go out. I was like, man, just made $1,600 today, man. And he's like, get out of here. What are you doing? And he's trying to sign up too. But that's what it came from. That's what it stemmed from.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Well, and you signed up of what looks like is going to be a rock star too. So who knows what that'll amount to? I mean, and did that sign up come from that blog post?
I believe he did come from that blog post, and one of the key reasons he said he was joining our team was because of our bonuses. And I remember Amy had a training on it. It said, a lot of people are trying to get in Empower now. It's not like in the beginning where there's only a few sources, and it's like your bonuses is like a key. It's a deciding factor, and it gives you that much more leverage. And he said he was looking into it for 6 months prior to finding my site. And he said one of the reasons he wanted to get involved with us is because our co-op, our team site, and our Facebook group, that was on the bonuses page. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And again, I mean that's one thing too that I love with what we're doing here, Byron, and is that everyone, everything that we're doing, it's not just about like everyone on the team literally gets to copy and duplicate exactly what's in place. The bonuses, if you join tonight, you get access to all the bonuses that we talked about there, and you get to offer those. That's the 9th bonus. You get to offer those bonuses on your behalf to people that join your team. You get to offer this amazing team site. You get to leverage these Hangouts. You get to leverage all the stuff that we're doing, within the team site. And that's one of the reasons too why we have such amazing upsell rates, such amazing upgrade rates inside of our team, is because people literally just plug into the team site, and there's no possible way for someone to stay plugged into these Hangouts and stay plugged into what we're doing and stay on the team site and be in the Facebook group without feeling the strong urge to literally click that login here to upgrade. It's easy button down below and just upgrade and buy the next level product that you don't yet have if you have the money sitting there, if you have a credit card to put it on, if you have to take out a loan. I mean, people are getting very creative on the ways that they're coming up with the money, or by just simply setting the intention like Ken said, and he got the money for a birthday present. You know, it's just so cool, man. So I don't know, Amy or Byron, anything else to say, man? Keep going, dude. This is awesome.
I wanted to piggyback on what Amy said earlier about just going into something, you know, setting your intentions. I mean, we've actually all been stating the same thing about setting your intentions. And for her, it was, you know, calling the airlines and making sure that, you know, you could get your name switched, you know, to you know what your name is now, so you could, you know, go to, I believe, Ireland with your father, you know. And it's such a simple and profound concept that it's just all about intentions, and that's what I've been looking into more. And you know, just I'm ready to hit the ground running and just get this thing over with, as far as make it happen, you know, like do it today versus, you know, doing it tomorrow.
That's awesome, man.
Well, isn't it so cool though that while you've been distracted and while you're in Kuwait, that you like stepped away from your business, but you owned all these products like the 15K formula and the Costa Rica mastermind and the inner circle, which is why when Jeff upgraded, you made that $1,600, even though you hadn't even really been plugged in a while. I mean, that's what's so cool about this, you know, like you had already set yourself up, and once that happens, it's like, how could your belief not go right through the roof? I mean, have you noticed a change in your belief level since that just happened? I mean, since the first person that joined your team, since you've been back, like just bought everything and you made all this money, like has your belief shifted in what you're doing here because of that?
It certainly has. I mean, it's kind of like all the leaders say, you know, it's easier to make, you know, to go from 10,000 to 20,000 than it is to make, you know, that first 10,000. And I understand that now. It's like, wow, okay, here's 1,600 now, you know, how far is 5,000 and 10,000 from that now versus starting at the bottom? And it's kind of like, you know, Dave Wood and Dave Sharp have been saying this whole time, you know, find a few things that you're good at or that you know, enjoy doing, and then just stick with that, focus on it, and, you know, tweak it however necessary, and just, you know, go with the thing until you produce the results that you desire. And, you know, that's where I was at. I just started blogging again and just got it to work.
Man.
And also, you know, part of the training, what's crazy about it is, all right, I earned my commission from, you know, our $25 blogging package, right? Because it was on my blog. But I would not have had that training that was in the Costa Rica mastermind that said, you know, that was simple about outsourcing. And that's what I did. I outsourced my SEO and got somebody on Odesk to do it that's a professional, to where I could focus on actually blogging and, you know, work for the day and whatnot while I was deployed. And he would be doing all the hard work, you know. And then it was just plug and play. He needed me to, you know, log in, change a picture, add a subtitle, you know, simple things. And we got it to rank, and here I am months later. It's like you said, set it and forget it.
You know, that's so cool, man. I'm actually looking here, and it's kind of exciting. I actually just looked. Someone just joined my team. He's on the call right here. Sam just joined, and I think he's going through the process of actually paying for the $25 product right now. But I looked at where he came from, and it's really cool. I created a blog post about just about 4 years ago, after watching a training that David Wood did inside of a system I was involved in back then. It was actually one of the first blog posts I created after watching his training. It was a company review blog post. And this guy actually opted into my mailing list 7 days ago through that blog post that I wrote 4 years ago, and now he's just getting started here on the Hangout tonight because he's on the Hangout. And I know you had a question there, Sam. Your question was, how do we make money? What do we, you know, how do we do this? We have 5 different products here in Empower Network. That's how we make money. We don't make money from signing up affiliates. We make money from selling the products. Some people buy the products and they don't actually join to make money. They just simply want the products because the products are amazing. It's rare because when people say, well, I own the product, it would make sense for me to turn around and sell it because I can earn 100% commissions. I'd be kind of foolish not to turn around and sell it. Considering the affiliate fee is only like $19.95 a month, you'd be kind of silly to own all this stuff that has the ability to make all this awesome money and help a lot of people get amazing products, life-transforming products, not just marketing training, but mindset shift, emotional shifts that actually changes people's lives from the inside out. So the products are our $25 blogging platform. It's $25 a month to have a fully functional blog, all the support included, all the setup stuff included, literally. I saw a guy today saying, "Oh, it's 20. You can get a free blog at WordPress.com." Yeah, you can, but you don't have support. You don't have everything set up. You don't have all the buttons on there that go to capture pages that actually convert and sell and make you money. You don't have all this stuff. Yeah, you can get a free blog. I can show you how to set up a blog for $10 a month. I can show you how to do that. But the bottom line was that blog wasn't making me, $13,000 in 3 weeks. This blog is, So the difference is that you have a blog that's fully functional, full of support. Everything's covered. The servers are all. If something goes down, they're back up in like that. Then we have a $100 product, which is the Inner Circle. That is $100 a month, and it's mindset training. It's audio training. You get to hear from people who have literally gone from wherever they were in life to where they are now. Some people that were literally broken, homeless, drug addicts, to now being multimillionaires. People that were struggling to get by just a year ago. That are now making $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a month. People that were on the verge of bankruptcy, filing foreclosure, moving out of their house with their family, literally just about a year ago, that are now earning $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month in Empower Network. You get to listen to that kind of training, and it's not just about the money shift, it's about the mindset shift that happened, and their life got better in a lot of different areas. So they get to share that. You get to listen to that audio over and over and over again. That's the same place where Landon talked about that audio they listened to 21 days in a row. That completely shifted everything is inside the Inner Circle. The audios that are shifting our minds are inside the Inner Circle. You get access to that. Then we have the Costa Rica Intensive, which is a $500 one-time product, and you get access to the training that David Wood had people come down to Costa Rica before Empower Network even launched and teach different things. That's what Byron said, where he got the training on outsourcing that allowed him to go and set this up and have it all done for him, and he literally just made $1,600 in a single day because he paid someone else to do the work for him to get it done, which is really cool. And that's not the only thing you learn inside the Costa Rica Intensive. There's a lot of other top-level marketing training, team-building training, massive exposure training, things that you're not going to learn anywhere else. It's literally how David Wood created his $1 million+ a year business before Empower Network even existed, okay? Then we have the 15K formula, which is exactly, hey, Ava, how you doing? Or is that Olivia? I can't, the screen's kind of small.
It's Ava.
Ava, how you doing?
She can't hear you because I have my headphones on.
Okay, she looks a little
She's tired. She wants some water. I'm going to get her some water.
Nice, okay. So the 15K formula is exactly what it sounds like. It's how to go from 0 to 15K a month as quickly as possible, and it's a combination of all the different leaders in Empower Network that are earning over $15,000 a month. So one of the best things I love about here at Empower Network is we don't say, come in here and I'll teach you everything I'm doing to have massive results when I'm not having results. What we say is, you know what, I'm brand new and I'm not getting results yet because, like, who was it just started here today? Christy, I want to say it was Christy. She literally just joined today and she's already got someone asking her how to get started with Empower Network, not even a full day into it, and she's on Landon's team.
That's awesome.
So what we do is we say, look, I can plug you in with the people that are earning over $15,000 a month, the people that are earning 60, 100. One of the guys that teaches a little bit in there, Vic, he actually had his very first month in Empower Network was $730,000. You did hear me correct when I said that. His very first month in Empower Network, he earned $730,000. That's $750,000 in a single month in his very first month in Empower. Is that average? No, Vic's not average. That's not average. But the point is that I don't have to teach you. Someone came to me the other day. They said, "Can you teach me how to be a millionaire?" I said, "Yeah, plug into my friend's training over here. They're millionaires. They'll teach you." Am I a millionaire? No, I'm not. Am I going to lie to you and say that I know how to do everything they know how to do? No, I don't. And I'm not going to lie to you. What I'm going to say is, buy the training, from the people that have achieved the results that you want to achieve. You can buy it through me and I'll earn the $1,000 commission. That's awesome. Then I'll teach you how to turn around and sell the same training and earn the same $1,000 commissions. And you don't have to know how to be a millionaire yet. You don't have to know how to earn $100,000 a month yet. But you already all know how to earn $100,000 a month. It's getting more people to that video. That's it. Getting more people to that video. That's it. Helping your team members plug into the team site and teaching them how to get more people to the video. You don't have to teach them anything. You say plug into the 15K formula and follow along with it and get more people to the video. So then what do they do? Then they tell their team members, hey, plug into the 15K formula and get more people to the video. And that's how you're going to get to $100,000 a month. Am I there yet? Can I speak from experience? No, but I know because that's what I've learned from the people that have already done it. Then we have what's called the Master's Course, which is a $3,500 product. We actually make a $3,000 commission because there's huge processing fees on that big of a product and whatnot. So there's a couple different reasons why we get what is it, like an 82% commission or whatever that is, rather than 100% commission, which is still phenomenal. So we have that $3,500 product called the Master's Course, and that is the Master's Course. It's how to master getting you and your business and your team to the next level, learning from people who are making $50,000, $100,000, $500,000 a month or more, learning from them how they do it, how they think differently, how they believe differently, the kind of stuff that they do with team building, the kind of stuff that they do to have the massive results they're having. That's what the $3,500 product is. So that's our product line, and we make money by selling those products. And how do we sell them? We sell the $25 product, we get people into the system, and then we let the system do the selling. We let the system do the upgrading. We plug people into our team site here. Our team site does all the selling for you. You don't have to get on the phone with someone, call them up and say, hey, you need to, this is why you should buy this. They, over time, will just naturally click, like right now, you might click that login here to upgrade. It's easy button down below, the Join Team BTC Now button. You might click that button and you might log into the team site. You might watch any one of those sales videos for the products you don't own yet, which you should do even if you don't have the money to buy them right now. You should watch those sales videos because you're going to learn how to sell just by watching those sales videos because they're amazing. They've sold millions of dollars worth of product. So all you do is plug people into our team site, and then you go off and you find someone new to plug into the team site. You go off and you find someone new that gets started and you plug them into the team site and let the system, let everything that we have in place that you get to leverage, that your team members get to leverage, let it do the thing for you. I mean, how many people made $500 commissions last month that didn't get on the phone with a single person? I mean, make some comments in the comment stream if you made a $500 commission because of that little promotion that we ran last month. You got to leverage it even though you didn't do the work to do it. We did the work to do it. We put it in place. It wasn't a whole lot of work. We put everything in place, and you get to leverage what we're putting in place to make those kind of commissions, provided you own the products. If you don't own the products, you can't make the commissions. Now, there is a roundabout way that you can not own the products and make the commissions, and that's in the, you can go ask support on how to do that. It's there. I'm not going to explain it all, but it's just so cool. Everything we have is leveraged. So. One other thing I want to just say about what Jordan just said that's key, that we just had this conversation the other day, Jordan and I did, that we're noticing people aren't doing, is when you buy these products, go through the products. If you heard what Byron said, he learned the strategy of outsourcing in the Costa Rica Mastermind Intensive because he went through the products and he implemented what he learned. More and more we're finding people are asking questions in our Facebook groups and so forth that are answered in the products that they own. And so what we're coming to see is that people aren't actually going, they're buying the products because they want to make the commissions, but they're not actually going through them. If you go through those products and you implement what you learn in there, that's where the real power is, because not only do you get to make commissions on those products, but the products are what teach you how to succeed with your marketing. And it's all different stuff. Like what Byron shared was about outsourcing. It's not a marketing strategy. It's a way to, make more money by hiring an expert to do something that you don't know how to do or that you don't want to do. I mean, that's not a specific marketing strategy. But these different trainings that we have available here in the Empower Network, as Jordan said, they teach everything from mindset to marketing strategies to outsourcing to, you name it. It's all in there. And so
go through these trainings, go through these products, and don't just go through them, but implement what you learn as you go through them. So I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. Well, man, Byron, we got a surprise here. One more person coming out that we didn't plan on. But, man, I'd love to hear if you got any closing thoughts, any last things you want to say to people, anything at all, man. Go ahead and just let loose.
I just wanted to say this is the one and only place where I've seen people have an absurd amount of success that you would never believe. I did say sex.
Well, when you don't have to spend so much time on the phone or team building or that, you get to have more sex.
That's my favorite part about Justin Bringia. Every time he speaks, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna have sex next." Every time.
And yeah, I meant to say that. But yeah, they also have success here too. But from the 12-year-old to the lady in Australia who has to type on her stomach, it's just ridiculous, and it shows you that if people all over the world can do it, and even a blind person can make money and empower, then why can't the average person? It's that simple. That's my closing statement.
Thank you, man. That's freaking awesome, man. That's a perfect closing statement, man. It is as simple as clicking that button down below and getting started. That's the first step, folks. Plug in. One of the things that I always like what Amy says is people say, well, can you tell me about this? Can you tell me about that? How does this work? This, that, the other thing. The bottom line is it's $25 to plug in and get started. I literally ordered some Chinese, some Asian food, not just Chinese, Malaysian and some other stuff. There's a really cool Asian restaurant that has Japanese, Chinese, and Thai food and all this stuff. So I order a smorgasbord. I spent $23.89 plus a $5 tip for the guy that delivered it. So I spent more than that just on my dinner tonight. And I'm sure you do as well. You might go to Starbucks. You might get coffee. You might do different things.
I spent $25 on coffee today at Pete's for my week's supply of fresh ground Pete's coffee.
There you have it. So again, I love Amy. Maybe you just want to say it. What you always say to people when they ask you. It's $25. You say something really cool to them.
Well, when people want to talk to me before they join, I always just say, if you want to talk to me, spend $25. Because I only get on the phone with people once they are on my team. I don't talk on the phone anymore to people if they're not on my team, which is awesome because I used to call my leads. But yeah, we're not talking about this long drawn out decision that you have to talk to your spouse about, or anything. It's it costs the same as the price of a not so good dinner. That's what we're talking about here. It's not a major. It's not a major investment. It's not a major amount of money. We're not talking about donating a kidney. It's $25, and that $25 decision is the best decision I've personally ever made. And I didn't think about it. I didn't even know what it was when I joined. And when I joined, we didn't even have a website. I don't
think anyone knew what it was.
No, I faxed Jordan a piece of paper with my credit card number on it, and I was like,
she didn't even fax it. She actually took a picture with her phone and texted me the image of the order form.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, I didn't know what it was. I just knew that I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was just tired of not getting where I wanted to go in my life and trying really, really hard, doing all of the things that, like Brett was talking about earlier. I was cold calling. I was walking around the mall with my stupid button on. I was having events at my house. I was having hotel events. I was doing all the stuff that I didn't like doing, and I wasn't making the kind of money that I wanted to make, and I wasn't having the lifestyle that I wanted to have. And so even though I didn't know what this was, I knew that it was time for a change, and I was willing to invest $25 in seeing what it is. And that's what I did. And it's the best decision I've ever made. And so, again, it doesn't need to be a big, long, drawn-out decision. It's $25. And, I'm sure if you go to Vegas, I don't gamble, but people that do, they'll throw $25 on the roulette table and lose it in 2 seconds and not think twice about it. This is this is a lot less risky than that. And
Thomas watched me do that a couple years ago. Actually, he watched me walk up and put it on green, the $25, and I lost it. And then we went and had a shot of vodka.
Yeah, see? And that shot of vodka in Vegas probably cost you $25. So
probably something like that. I think Thomas was cool and he bought it though. But
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
so, it's, again, like Jordan said, it's $25. It's not, that's the other really cool thing about this, as Jordan was just explaining how we make money here and how this works. We're not even selling the $3,500 product and the $1,000 product and the $500 product. All we're doing is introducing people to the $25 entry level here, the basic product. And just like everybody has talked about on this Hangout tonight, all we're doing is getting people to a video to get into the $25 level. The rest of the stuff happens on its own after that. And so the fact that it's only $25 makes it that much easier. At least in my experience, in the past I've been involved with things where, like, in order to join me in my business, it's a minimum of $250. And some people do have to talk to their spouse about spending that kind of money, or they might not even have that money available right now. But $25 is a lot different. It's a whole different, it's a whole different entry level thing that we're dealing with here. It just makes it so much easier for people, which is why it's so much easier to have success here, because we're not asking people to have this big, long, drawn-out decision about spending all this money. People can get in here for $25, and the minute they do, they can plug into our team site and our bonuses and all the things that we have in place for our team. And so that's why when people want to talk to me, I say just spend the $25, and then not only do you get to talk to me, but you get access to our Facebook group and our team site and all of the amazing stuff that we have here for $25.
You get to look behind the curtain.
Exactly. And there's no way to see what's behind the curtain until you spend the $25, even if you do talk to me on the phone. I can't explain it to you.
Yeah.
You need to get in and get on the team site, get in the Empower Network back office to see how awesome this actually is.
And nor do we want to explain it to you on the phone, because that's not what we do here. Because trust me, if I had to explain, and for Landon to make 3 to 5 new team members a day, I mean, Landon, if you were to go back in time to when you were on the phone prospecting leads, how many leads would you have? Just to put this in perspective, I spent 2 months. I called 2,000 different phone numbers of leads that I had personally generated, people that actually said, yes, Jordan, I would like to talk to you. I called 2,000 people in 2 months, and I didn't sponsor a single fucking person in that 2-month time period. And that's when I was like, fuck this shit, I'm done with this. And that's when I really started looking heavily back over at Empower Network and what was going on here. How many people would you have to call?
I wouldn't even know, because before Empower, I only sponsored like 6 people ever. And like a year, I was in my other thing for like a year and a half, and I sponsored, like, my best friend joined, and I think and some other guy joined, but I sponsored like 6 people in a year and a half. And like you said, like, no one joined ever. Like, I mean, you're like sitting there like, please join, like, I want to succeed, and then no one ever bought. And now it's like, I mean, you just send people to a video, you just post a little ad on Facebook, and then everyone buys.
Pereg, I mean, Pereg typed in something. He had something he wanted to say here, which I think this is freaking cool.
Yep, I had to unmute myself. Yeah, so I actually I was listening to all the new people here having success, and I was like, let's try something else. So what I did is that I just went to Facebook and created a new ad. And I didn't. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't anything really difficult to create. You guys can go around in the team of what what some of us are doing on Facebook in terms of creating ads, and you can kind of reshuffle the message in there, put your own spin to it, and just target some very simple market that Jordan talked about in the training. And so I did that. It took me about 5 minutes, and I created a capture form that I just took the image from the team site, and as of now, which is probably about a half hour or so since I created it, it was actually approved in about 5 minutes. And since I've created it, I've generated about 19 leads. And I keep pressing F5 on my keyboard because it keeps, growing by about 1 a minute right now. So
what does F5 do? Does that just refresh?
Yeah, just refresh the page. Yeah, just refresh the page, my Aweber page, and it keeps growing by about 1 a minute right now. So, and I didn't invent anything. I didn't change anything. And I mean, it's really anybody can really do this. The capture form that's straight out of the team site converts at 44.2%. So it shows 23 leads now. So I mean, I'm not really doing anything special, you see. So obviously I have to pay for it, and I put a budget of $20 for the day. So I mean, not everybody can do $20, but if you want to test it, prove to yourself that you can generate leads. Do $10, do $20. You don't have to do it for, every single day. Just
you could even set your budget for $2 to $3 a day. I mean, I've seen people come in and set their budget for $2 or $3 a day and start getting 2, 3, 4 leads a day. And is 2, 3, 4 leads a day, the 40 that Brett was getting? No, it's not. But it's pushing it in the right direction, and all you have to do then is just scale it up by increasing your budget.
And it doesn't have to be. I mean, it doesn't have to be paid either. Cyril, who's right next to me here on the other computer, is she doesn't do the ads. She just blog every day.
Yeah.
She blogs on her own blog because she has her own blog. But same thing. She's getting traffic. She's getting people to see her blog post. She's getting a lot of comments. It's very social, and she's sometimes we bash a lot on the face-to-face kind of thing, but when you bundle it with online, it's a great way to get people that already know you to look at what you're doing, and your moms join, or your family or your friends start to join because they see you having results online, right? So. She's very good at that. I'm not very good at that, but she is. So she does that. And
that's awesome, man.
Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't have to be paid stuff. It could be anything. It's just a question of doing it. Doing it right. As Brett said, it's consistency. Don't do one ad and if it doesn't work, stop. Just do another ad or tweak it or figure it out. It's not that complicated.
The one thing you said right there too about Cyril and how she likes to do face to face or talking to people and what have you. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I didn't like doing that. That's why I bash it, because I didn't like doing it personally. But here's the biggest thing I know about becoming successful, and creating success quickly is always better than creating success slowly. And so you do whatever it takes to get that momentum going. But once that momentum is there, you can stop doing the things you don't want to do, and everything becomes easier. Once you have, Byron, now that you had a $1,600 day, it's going to be a lot easier for you to sign up people at the $25, the $100, the $500 level, the $1,000 level. It's going to be easier. Once you have that, and the guy we're about to bring out here in just a second, the success he's having, it's getting easier and easier for him to get more and more signups land, and the more signups you get, the easier it is for you to get more signups. It's just because you just keep sharing that success with people and that story, and your story as it evolves and gets more and more, the more success you have, the more people just become attracted to you and say, well, I want to. I mean, I had a guy, I was hanging out at my brother's house, and one of his business partners was there, and they do like website building and SEO stuff for small businesses, right? And we were sitting there, and I remember we were having some beers and cooking on the grill, and I walked out to my brother, and I'm like, dude, I just made another like $2,000 in the past couple hours. And he's like, what do you, his buddy's like, what do you do? And my brother's like, oh, he's got this online thing. He's like, dude, can I get in? Like, nothing else was needed. He didn't give a shit what it was. He's just like, whatever you're doing, I want in on it, because you just made $2,000 and I bust my ass to make that kind of money. Whatever you do, I'm like, I didn't do much to make that money. I literally didn't do anything to make that money. To be honest with you, I plugged people into the team site, and over time, that systematic process that just takes place, naturally they began upgrading. That's how I made the money. So I think it was actually that day where we were doing the promotion last month, and I had 4 or 5 $500 sales that day. One of them came from Amy, was a pass up. The other 4 were team members of mine that upgraded that day on the last day of the month when we ran that promotion. And so that's the other thing. When we run promotions like this, people, like we're going to be doing another promotion here soon, you want to make sure you own that product, because your team members are going to upgrade to that product because they want the bonuses. They want the stuff that we're giving out. They want the promotional stuff. Understand that your people are going to upgrade to that even if you don't own it. So get the products when we run those promotions, and then when your people upgrade on the on the final days of the promotion, you too can have a $3,000 day, a $5,000 day, a $10,000 day, provided you own the products that allow you to earn those commissions. So with that being said, we're running 2.5 hours here, and we got another guy that just popped on here, and I want to say huge congratulations to you, man, and let you share it, Ray, man. It's Ray Allen, and just so cool to watch what's happened to you since seeing you at that event down in Austin just about 4 months ago. At that event, not even 4 months ago, the entire transformation that has happened. I mean, you've earned in the past, I want to say it's in the past 3.5 weeks or so, you've cranked off $2,000-$3,000 commissions here, man. So what's, come on, man, come on out. And again, you might be muted. You might have to click the mute the microphone button at the top right of your screen.
Still can't hear you, Ray.
Yeah, we still can't hear you, man. You might have to click on the settings, dude. If you've been on Skype or whatnot, sometimes the settings get all shifted. So you might have to click on the settings button, and then just make sure that you're using the right microphone and what have you.
How about that? Is that working?
That's working now, dude. There we go, buddy.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. See, it's awesome, dude.
Okay, awesome.
Congratulations, man. And
thanks, man. Yeah.
If you want to throw a shout out to your boy who just upgraded today, man.
Yeah, man. I definitely do, man. Justin Allen, man. Congrats to you, bud.
He's only been in for what, like a month or so?
A couple weeks, man.
Is he related to you?
No, we're all not related.
All the Allens are rocking the house.
It's so weird.
Me, you, and Justin.
Shit, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. We're not related. We're not related.
I'm not related to him either.
I know, it's weird. It's weird. But you guys can see I'm actually wearing. I was on the Hangout tonight a little bit late. I'm actually wearing my bartending shirts, and I actually work downtown at Jackson's, downtown Denver, and. Just tonight, guys, I'll just tell you like a quick story about tonight. I mean, it cost me $5 to park downtown Denver tonight. I made $16 bartending, and I was closing up. I was taking some trash out, kind of cleaning up the bar and stuff like that. And some people came in, and if you guys know anything about like the service industry, whenever like someone, whenever you're trying to get out of there, whenever like everything's all done and you're trying to like, get everything out the door and you're trying to leave, everyone just walks in the door and tries to get drinks. That always happens, man. So that's what was happening tonight. And then, so I got a little bit irritated. But, today when I woke up, I was like, you know what? Today I am kicking ass and taking names. And I listened to Lawrence Tam's training last night in the Inner Circle. And he was like, Dave was talking to him, and he's like, what changed, man? Like, what changed in your life? And he's like, you know what? I just started getting crazy. And I swear to God, man, I was listening to it last night. I was like, you know what? Today, I am getting freaking crazy. And I said, and what did I do? I had the mindset, and I sent out an email about the Hangout. And when I was taking out the freaking trash at my work, I had a $3,000 commission come in. I mean, it was awesome.
Did you say
man.
take this
awesome.
Job and shove it?
Pretty much. But yeah.
Dude, you know what? That deserves one of them cool images of someone taking out the garbage and $3,000. I mean, that's something right there, dude.
Yeah, definitely, man. But yeah, you're right. Like ever since Austin, my life has totally transformed. Ever since Chris kind of just got under me and. No, I wasn't. I wasn't at all, and it was a total mindset shift. that happened with me before I went to Austin, because when I was, I was still, bartending, and had this mindset where, I was like, I need to get this mindset of success, and I need to do not just affirmations, but proclamations. So instead of saying like, I am successful, I'm not sure if you guys can see my vision board behind me, but I would say, I am successful. I am wealthy. I am the person I've always wanted to be. And just say it with such passion. That totally transformed my life. And then Chris kicked my ass and said, hey, you know what, man? I'm not going to work with you if you don't go. And I was like, you know what? I needed that. That's what really changed in my life, because I changed. And my mindset before was like, you know what? I can't afford $25, or I can't afford this, or I can't afford this tool, or I can't afford, paying for the Costa Rica, or I can't afford paying for, the 15K or something like that. But then I switched my mindset when I went to Austin, and I said, you know what? How can I afford? And what can I get out of that? What can I get out of that training so it makes it worth it to me? So that's what shifted. And, getting to these events, guys, I mean, it's crazy when you see people that you see, on Facebook, and you see people, you shake hands with people that are making, all this crazy money. Even people that are making 20 grand a month, not $700,000, like some guys in the company like Vic or something like that, but, even people that are making $20,000 a month, you're like, you know what, they're no different than I am. So I think, like the belief level of these events, when you see people around you making that kind of money, or just making kind of any kind of money, which doesn't happen in other companies, it's like, 5% of the people are in suits, and they're on top of the podiums, and you can't touch them. And with Empower Network, everyone's like almost in flip-flops hanging out, and we're just chilling. And we're all making, we're making all this money and just having a great time, and it's just connecting with people, having a lot of fun. So that's that's kind of my story. But yeah, man, I've been doing pretty good. I think so far this month, I've signed up 10 people so far this month. So
fuck yeah, man.
Not bad, man. Not bad.
And in the past 3 weeks, I mean, you've probably done what, like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, something like that, somewhere in there.
Last month I tracked my commissions. I was at $48.75, and I haven't tracked it this month so far. So
right on. Well, you're already at least at 3,000.
Yeah. Oh, I'm over that right now for sure. So
it's so cool, man.
Yeah,
that's one of the cool things that happens over here. I mean, I've got a little. I put together a spreadsheet for. Oh, I got 2 spreadsheets. One is my upgrade numbers, and one is my earnings. Amy knows I love spreadsheets. I got all these little formulas going on.
Jordan knows I don't.
Well, I created it one time, and I put all these formulas in here, and it's my yearly earnings, like what I'm earning, with all the different product levels. And so I'm looking, once this pops up, my computer's running a little slow because we're on a Hangout here. But here's the cool thing. I know that in December of 2012, I earned about $1,400 in Empower Network. The month before that was way less. In December, I actually started working over here. The month before that was like $800 or whatever. It was crazy. I'd still be making. I was chatting with a buddy of mine who's in Empower, but he's not promoting over here. And we went out and we shot pool, and he said, dude, I don't know what the hell's happening. He's like, but the other day in Empower, I made like $800. He's like, I haven't marketed that thing in like a year. Like, why? How did that happen? I'm like, well, one of your team members just decided to upgrade. Just kind of like what happened with Byron. Like, people it just happens. Like, where did that come? I don't know how it happened. So the question I always have for people is, if you see stuff like that happening when you're not working, why are you not pushing it a little harder? Why had that same internal thing going on with me? And I wasn't pushing over here. But so in December, I earned $1,400. January was better. I did $3,650 in January. Now, here's the cool thing, that coming out of January was when I went down to Austin, my first Empower event. February, I did $6,450. March, I did $7,025. April, I did $8,200. And the cool thing about April was, up until the event in April, I'd earned about $2,000 in the first 22 days of April. In the last 8 days of April, I earned $6,200. A little over. It was less than $2,000 that I had earned previous to that. And so far in May, I'm already at $7,000. So it's just so cool, right, to see like your income. And what happens here is we stay consistent in our income. It doesn't just like double, it like triples. It's like exponential growth, how fast it goes up, and what's happening there. I mean, it's just so cool to watch, man.
It's awesome, man. And the thing is, with the 10 people I signed up so far this month, I haven't talked to any of them on the phone. I think I have to maybe talk to one person on the phone, and that's it, man. So it's been, emailing every day, using the autoresponder code that we provide in our team, and that's it, man. I mean, it's really simple. And here's something too. I use Facebook a little bit too, and if I get a lead that is like a non-paid lead, I'll take that email address and I'll put that into my Facebook bar, and I'll connect with these people on Facebook. So that's something to just connect with people more, and get more people revolved around you, and what's going on in your life, and just be a real person. And
that's
just
awesome, man.
Yeah, man. That's all I've been doing, man. It's working great.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I want to say to everyone out there is tomorrow night we're doing an all-in call. We do it every single Wednesday. We do an all-in call that people who are all-in, own all the products, get access to. So Justin, man, there's a thing on our team site, a support tab. Go ahead and email in there, to our support, to Andrea, and she'll get you plugged into the all-in and the team site. That way you get access to the phone number you call in on. And I'm not sure when we gotta discuss details, but we're going to be doing some more Facebook training, I believe, for the all-in people here in the next week. We're discussing it might be a different level that we do it for. We're not 100% sure yet. We got to discuss that. We got to figure that out. But when you're all in, you get access to the next level training calls on how you can actually grow, become a leader in the team here, get part of the leadership council, and really start taking your business and your team to the next level. That's what the all-in calls are all about. We teach you how to take your mindset, your business. We teach things like, Amy did a training the other week on how to get your people to go all in. Well, and some people are like, well, can't I just learn that anyway? Well, no, because you're not all in. It wouldn't make sense for you to be focused on getting people all in if you're not all in yourself. Now, would I suggest that you tell people not to go all in if you're not all in? No, absolutely not. Don't tell people not to do that. Don't tell people not to buy all the products just because you don't own them, because that's not cool. They should have every right to own all the products, get all the training that they can, so that your team can grow, so that people can become more successful. But anyways, tomorrow night we're doing something real cool. Got some really exciting stuff planned for tomorrow night. And when you're all in, if you get all in before that time tomorrow, we do it at 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you get all in before that time tomorrow, go ahead and contact the support on our team site, and we'll get you plugged in with that phone number so you can call in and be a part of the all-in call.
I love what Ray said about not that I can't afford it, but how can I afford it? And the other piece of that is that he said was, what can I get out of this training that'll make it worth it to me? So, I mean, I love that, because, again, these products have so much value in them, and they're worth way more than they cost. I mean, wouldn't you agree, Ray?
Oh, I totally agree, and I think it just goes up, like, every single level, because I recently upgraded to the master's course, I think, right before Chicago. And I'm almost through the master's course. The stuff in there, I mean, I've never even like remotely heard of this stuff ever in network marketing, online marketing. I've been doing MLMs and network marketing for about 6 years, mostly offline. But I've never heard this stuff, and it seriously, like, I was like holding on to my chair. I was like, this is insane. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff, guys.
Never seen that expression.
Like, yeah, but it just blew me out of my chair almost, and I think it just goes up every single level. It just blows you out of your chair even more. It's awesome. It is awesome.
That master's course training is really it's next level. It's insane. Like, I mean, Amy, you just started going through that like a month ago, and I mean, I know when I started going through it that everything in my business changed. The way that I believed things could happen, the way that I was writing email copy. I mean, the way that I create videos, like just everything about me has changed. The master's course is more than just the marketing. It's about, becoming that different person that actually can lead a team and grow a team in the way that we teach here, so that you're building a business on the side of living your life. That's one of my new taglines, is live a life and build a business on the side. And literally on the side, I mean, I've got so many people around me that say, what do you do? I'm like, they don't even know what I do, but they know that my life's absolutely amazing. And, that's because we have all this leverage in place. We get to build a business while we're living our life, and not the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think since we got what, 6-7 people on here. I mean, if any, like, let's. We're going on 3 hours here. Thomas, man, I know you've been a little quiet here, man. I'm sure you're probably got to get to bed here soon, since you're waking up early and whatnot. Let's start shutting it down, hey? Does everyone just want to go through and share some closing thoughts for the evening, and we can all have a great night?
Yeah. Do you want to say anything else about the book, Jordan?
Oh God, well, one of the reasons we weren't going to discuss the book was because it said, we don't want to share our own personal stories with you, because we want you to experience things in your own way. Want you to experience the shifts in your own way. And the coolest thing that I'm really getting out of this book, there's a lot of different things, but it's pretty much, some of the coolest things are that when you let your imagination go, when you believe your life is a certain way, like Vic always said on stage, he said, back when I was broke and living where I was living and I wasn't making money, you could not have convinced me that I wasn't already a millionaire, because I believed so strongly that I was already a millionaire. That belief was that it already existed. And the power of the imagination is your mind doesn't know the difference. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference. When you fall asleep and you go off into dream space, you believe that is all actually happening. When you wake up from a dream, you're like, did that really happen? Sometimes you have dreams that are so vivid, you're like, did that really just happen? Like, I had a dream years ago that I, had met David Wood for the first time, and he was teaching me all this amazing stuff about building my business. And, it was amazing, because I woke up and I'm like, dude, Dave Wood taught me all this stuff. Like, where did I learn that from? Like, how did my mind know that he could teach me that? It was next level concepts. It was amazing. But so the bottom line is, when you're off in dream space, your mind doesn't know what's real and what's not, and what's real is that the thoughts are there, the belief is there, the imagination. So let your imagination go to where you want to be in life, and visualize being there. That was looking back, that was one of the biggest shifts that ever happened to me in my business. Was I literally went from struggling to build my business for an entire year to one day finally giving into this whole concept of personal development. And finally I said, you know what, I've been building my business for a year, and I've yet to read a personal development book. I've yet to listen to these people about listening to audios and mindset is everything, this, that, the other thing. All I needed to know was, give me the marketing strategy that works and I'll go do it, which is complete bullshit. That's not what happens. Give me the marketing strategy and my belief isn't there, so it's not going to happen. It's not going to work anyway. What shifted for me was I started imagining my life as how I wanted it to be in the future, but as if it was happening right now. And what happened was I started falling asleep at night after visualizing for 30 minutes before I go to bed. I started falling asleep and having dreams that were so real that you could not tell me that I wasn't already living the life of my dreams, down living on an island with a pool and an amazing family, and just living an absolute phenomenal life. You couldn't tell me that wasn't already existing inside my everyday life right now. I believed it so strongly that my entire life completely transformed. Everything, I started feeling magical. I started feeling euphoric. I started, like walking around feeling like I was on ecstasy all the time. It was just absolutely amazing how my life was. And, so what I can say is, from what I'm reading in this book, and the powerful stuff here is, allow your mind to travel, allow your mind to wander, allow your mind to go to where you want it to be, and just imagine the most amazing things you can possibly imagine. And as you sit there and visualize that stuff happening in your life right now, your subconscious will not know the difference, and what happens is it just auto-corrects, and the things that are necessary to happen will happen, just like how I imagined that phone call with PayPal being very quick and easy. Magically, it was quick and easy, just like how Amy imagined getting on the airline's phone and it being quick and easy and painless and just working out right. just like that. Just like Ken imagining that he was going to upgrade to the $500 level, and magically, the day he had no clue how it was going to happen the day before, but all of a sudden, the day of his intention, he got his birthday present, which was the $500 for the Costa Rica, and magically, because he did that, he made money from it, and he was able to go and buy the 15K formula before. So when you imagine how things are going to be as if they're happening right now, and you just allow your mind to wander, you're gonna the universe will start bending to your will. If anyone else wants to say anything about the book.
Well, here's something that perfectly says that. Like this, in case you're not reading this book, this is the kind of stuff that's in here, and I highly, highly recommend it. But it's awesome. When you see a thing clearly in your mind, your creative success mechanism within you takes over and does the job much better than you could do it by conscious effort or willpower. So it's basically just knowing what you want and then letting it go. I mean, like Brett or Ken didn't know. God, I'm so retarded right now. I don't even know that he was going to get. He didn't know how he was going to get the money. I'm sure he didn't. The last thing he probably expected was a birthday present, right? It's like just not. It's just not even being concerned with the how, but just letting the intention just do the work and not being concerned with how. Here's one other little blip I wanted to read. Within you, whoever you may be, is the ability and the power to do whatever you need to do to be happy and successful. Within you right now is the power to do things you never dreamed possible. This power becomes available to you just as soon as you can change your beliefs, just as quickly as you can dehypnotize yourself from the idea of I can't, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve it, and other self-limiting ideas.
Perrig, I'm watching your comment stream over here, Perrig, dude, and that shit is crazy. Perrig's up at 37 leads now from that ad he just created like an hour ago.
That is awesome, man.
Sorry to get sidetracked there, but that number just kept increasing, and I'm like watching you type it in. Holy shnikes.
So you guys mind if I say something quick here?
You go for it, man.
So like it's not about money, and I think everyone in this company has totally proved that that it's not about money. I was listening to Dave Wood the other day on the Inner Circle, and he was saying, just because you think it's too good to be true, it doesn't mean that it isn't. Okay, so let me say that again. So just because it's too good to be true, it doesn't mean that it isn't.
I love that.
Okay, so the name of our company is Empower Network. I live my life empowered, and like when I found this company, I was like, wow, this is like the perfect match. But you don't need money to do the things that you want to do. The beautiful thing about Empower Network is that it creates that freedom to have time to do the things you want to do. So, my entire life, I never grew up with like animals or anything like that. I grew up like cats, right? I don't know if you guys are cat people or dog people, but I love all animals, but I've always wanted a dog, right? Like my entire life. And I've been having like so much success this month that I went to the shelter the other day, and I was like, you know what? Let me just take a look around and see what's happening, So, give me 1 second.
That's awesome. While he's doing that, I want to throw, like he said, just because you think it's too good to be true doesn't mean it isn't. I love that so much because a guy posted something the other day on a comment stream of mine, and he said life isn't that easy, mate. And he went on to ramble about how I was filling people full of BS and what have you because I talked about how amazing my life was. I said, dude, just because your life isn't amazing doesn't mean mine isn't. My life is absolutely amazing because that's what I expect to happen. So when you say life isn't amazing, mate, talk about it from your own perspective and say my life isn't that amazing, mate, because my life's fucking awesome.
Exactly, dude.
Dude, that is a cute puppy, man.
Hey, thanks, man. But yeah, this is Maximus. And you know, I just got him a couple days ago, man, and he has been awesome, man. But you know what? If it wasn't for Empower Network, if it wasn't for just being able to live the life that I want to live, you know, this dude would never be around. So
So cool, man.
pretty much saved his life, man. So that's he just woke up from a nap. He's pretty tired.
That's kind of what I look like
But,
when I wake up from naps.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But it's just cool, you know, just being able to share, you know, your success with other people, and you know, just living your life like every day is your last. Because who knows how much time we have? You know, I mean, everything can be gone tomorrow. You guys don't know, so that's why I don't know, man. I just get on a tangent sometimes about living every life to your fullest, and I just love it, man. It's just awesome.
That's cool, man.
That's it, man. That's all I gotta say.
Awesome, dude. Dude, I'm so
That's
glad
awesome.
you jumped out here tonight, Ray, man.
Yeah,
I know
for
it
sure,
wasn't, and congratulations on everything, dude. Because
Thanks, bro.
You're just, you know, like, you know, me and Chris have talked about you a lot over the past few months, and just watching you grow from where you were, knowing where you were back in January, and where you've come to now. My goodness, man. I mean, I just can't. It's just so exciting to watch, and it's just going to continue happening, man. Expect great things, because they just keep coming, dude. They just keep coming, and you just keep growing, dude, and it's just so cool.
Awesome. Heck yeah, it is, man. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much.
Hell yeah. All right, keep going down the line, man. Who else wants to share some closing thoughts here?
Hey, Jordan, I wanna put a shout out for Paul, because I've been seeing Paul really use a lot of what we do in the team. He gets, you know, he's about uplifting other people. He gets other people results and share with everyone the BTC formula and all that. You know, all those updates that I was posting about my leads that I was getting. He just took a screen capture of it and put it on Facebook straight away. I mean,
that's awesome.
That's what we want people to do when you have people having results in the team. Just do whatever it takes, interview them, take screenshots, ask them for how much money they made, so you can put that in your emails. Just use everybody, you know, to promote the team, and you know, you put your capture page in there, or put your join link in there, and that's it. I mean, that's pretty much all we do. So just wanted to put that out there, because I've seen Paul, not the first time he tagged me, so that's why I saw it. But it's not the first time I see him do that, and that's great. I mean, I think that's what, you know, that's what should be done.
Yep. Immediate action. Immediate action.
Yep. Another thing, if nobody else has a thought, I have a thought here, and I think it's funny, because this thought came up right at the beginning of the Hangout, and I've been wanting to do this post or this video forever, and for some reason I've never done it, talking about taking action. Every time I hear, you know, us talking and Empower Network and all that, it always comes into my mind about, you know, you have positive people, you have negative people, you have people that are in between that still don't do anything. And when I think about it, when I think about making the decision about Empower Network, and it works so well for so many people, that I want to kind of, it's not a literal quote, you know, from Ford. He says, you know, if you think you're right, you're right. If you think it's going to work, you're right. If you think it's not going to work, you're also right. And I want to put that to our team and Empower, is like, if you think it's going to work, you're right. If you think it's not going to work, you're probably right. But which one would you rather have? Right. So, and I've always wanted to express that in a video. I've never had a chance to do it. So I guess I'm done now with that. I'll have to cut it out. But when I think about it, if the thing is, like, if you can have people see it this way, through word, through video, through anything, that's where people are going to start to say, and like, oh, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, you know, that makes sense. I'd rather, you know, a lot of people make money, a lot of people join, don't do anything, and don't make money, because in their mind they're like, it's not going to work. And people who make money out there, well, it's going to work, and it does. So when you're, you know, when people want to join and they're like, I don't know if it's going to work. Maybe it's going to work. Maybe it's not going to work. Well, either way, you're right. Just decide. Would you rather be right and make money, or be not right and not make money, or be right and not make money? And that's it. I just wanted to put that out there.
That's awesome, man.
If people are still on here after 3 hours and they're not part of the team already, I just don't know. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like,
just get in.
I want to tell people, people who stay 3 hours, and I'm somewhat like this, or I used to be like this. It takes a lot of exposure to get me to, purchase, or at least before Empower Network, I was like that.
I remember it took me a long time to talk him into joining me in my old company, and we spent hours and hours on the phone. It was
it sucked, huh?
Yeah, dude, I'm like, this is crazy, like, and then about Empower, like, to join Empower, it wasn't that. I'm like, dude, just give me your credit card, like, you're getting in this thing because this is gonna be amazing, and the crazy thing about it, Perig, is, for all the time that you were in that other company with me, you sponsored 6 people. And then you come over here and what, you sponsor like 60, 70, I don't know how many, man, just a ton of people. You just literally went and sponsored a shitload of people. I believe mostly from one blog post you created, you wrote one blog post, got it ranking, and just you sponsored a whole bunch of people, on autopilot, it's, man, it's exciting.
Yeah, and 39. What am I at now? 39 today.
39 leads.
39 more leads in 44. So 44 more leads in an hour and a half. So
Jesus, dude. From a $20 ad spend.
No. I actually, when I saw the result I was having, I actually bumped it to $50.
Nice.
If it would keep coming, and it does. So. I might bump it up again. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's the beautiful. That's the beautiful thing here. Like, Landon. I know we were chatting earlier today. Landon said he's spending about $150 a day on ad spend and getting 2 to 3 signups a day, sometimes 5 and what have you. And some people would say, well, you're getting 2 to 3 signups a day at $25, and you're spending $150 to get that. Well, with our upsell process, our average customers are worth way more than $25. Our average customers are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Chris's average customer is worth like $1,400. Every $25 sale he makes converts into $1,400 in commissions. That's the average. Like, my average is like $760, and Amy's is like $6. I don't even remember all the numbers, but the bottom line is, when you understand that, you can go scale your marketing, and you can go spend $50 to get a sign up. It's worth it to spend $50 to get a $25 sale, because you know what you're going to make over the time period of them going through the upgrade process and them buying more of the products, because they just naturally realize that they need to own everything, not only for the commissions, but for the training. The training is phenomenal, so people just naturally start buying everything.
And actually, a while back, I created a blog post about this, and those averages that we always mention, I think we talked quite a bit last week on the Hangout. It's the law of large numbers, and the law of large numbers is, it's a true thing, it's a fact. If you put enough people in front of the offer, if you put enough people in front of the video, you're gonna get closer and closer to the system average. And we have more than 100,000 people now in the entire Empower network, and I don't know how many people we have in the team right now, but it's growing really fast. So the more people you put in front of the video, the closer you're going to get to the average, which is $600 per new person, per new customer, or something crazy like this. So, if you have 3 people watch the ad, obviously it's not going to be, it's not a large number, it doesn't work. But have 1,000 people watch the ad or watch the video, people are going to join. So, with the old, disclaimer and all that, but
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right. Anyone else got some closing thoughts here?
Ready for some sleep.
Landon, you got something to say, dude.
I'm going to hold off until next week. I'm getting tired here, guys.
Right on, buddy.
But I do have to say one thing, Otto. of course, I have to talk a little bit. Our first guest today, Ken, our what was it? Duck killing, woodchucking, deer hunting fireman from Colorado. This is the first time I actually heard someone who actually was talking what I'm thinking. I mean, I really was able to relate to him all the way down to the last thing. Not very social. We work a lot. We grew up with a goal in our mind, and our goal was to achieve a certain rank or a certain job in our lives. His was being a fireman. Mine was being an executive chef. And once we reached that level, we kind of stopped setting goals. So we work for a lot for 15, 20, 25 years, and we really forget how to set goals and set intentions. And once we start hearing other people talk about that, we kind of disbelieve that it does work, or we believe it won't work because we are just too stubborn to believe in anything outside of our little world, And for Ken and for me, I think Ken is on the same page with me. It takes a little while for us working class folks to kind of get a grasp on the concept of setting goals, setting intention. But once we get that grasp, once we start understanding that whole concept of how it works and what it can do for you, then the big thing comes in. Then we start to believe. And once we start to believe, that's when stuff happens. And with Ken, we see it with myself and all the other team members on the PTC team, and I think it's just awesome. I mean, Brett was cool. I mean, just listening to him, he was awesome, and then you saw that shift, you heard it in his voice and you heard it in his story that basically the 17-hour ride to Chicago was the shift. And the 17-hour ride back was the ultimate shift, and you see what he's doing now. So it's awesome. It's awesome. Okay, I shut up.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
My God, I love
Everybody
this place.
was amazing tonight. Every single thing everybody said was amazing tonight.
Is that your entire closing thought, Amy?
Yeah.
I agree with Amy.
Someone wants me to say, "Don't be a wussy." Don't be a wussy.
I love it.
All right.
And can you also say, "I'll be back"?
I'll be back.
Oh, I love it, man. Byron, you got any closing thoughts, my friend?
No, just stick with it. It's worth it.
That's so cool, dude. It is so worth it, man. I had a friend a couple years ago. Like, he saw what I went through to get to the level of success I had achieved. This guy always told me, he said, Jordan, when you break through and you're making $5K a month, I'll join you. When you have your first $10,000 month, then he said $10,000 a month, I'll join you. And then I told him I did, and then he said, well, when you do it again, then I'll believe that it can actually continue to work. So I did again, and every time I talked to him, he's like, yeah, no, I'll do it when you get to this level. He just kept saying. And then finally one time he said, you know what, I'm not willing to go through what you went through to get to where you are. And I look at the alternative, and the alternative is he busts his ass working 40, 50, like I remember not too long ago, he had a very good month. He was working like 100 hours a week, traveling all around the country, and actually a lot of different places in the country. And I think he pulled in about $10,000 that month, doing a lot of work, not seeing his family, not getting a lot of sleep, just being literally stressed out for the entire month. That was like the best month of his entire life. And the amazing thing is now I work less and less and less, and in the past 3 weeks I've made like $13,000. And so when people say I'm not willing to do what you did to get to where you are, well, why the fuck not? I can't even fathom thinking if someone said to me I had to bust my ass to get to this level, like, okay, well, let's just do it. Now obviously it takes a little bit of mindset shift for me to start thinking, okay, then what do I got to do to now get to 30,000 a month? I know there's obviously mindset shifts that have to help me get there. There's different things I have to put in place that are going to allow me to get there faster. Am I willing to go through and do some of the work? Absolutely, but it's just getting to that next level and having that mindset shift. I'm willing to do what people tell me to do. It's just I can't fathom thinking that way and saying I'm not willing to do what you've done to get to where you are. Let's do it.
There you have it.
True statement.
So my last closing thought here is click the button down below and get started right now. And then Landon, Amy, I don't know if you guys want to say anything.
No, I'm pretty much comatose. I think if I go to sleep, I'll start making some money now. So
That's awesome.
I'm working way too hard right now. So that's all I got.
Are you all good, Landon? Did you want to say anything?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, folks. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hit the end broadcast thing here. And with that being said, it's been a phenomenal night. And what you're going to see over the the next weeks, months, whatever, you're going to see a lot more people just like Byron, just like Ray, just like Ken, just like Brett, popping up on these hangouts with us because they got in, they took action, and they're getting results. And that's all you have to do is get in, take action, get results. You start getting results, we're going to bring you out in these hangouts too. You're going to start getting more results because of that, because now now you're in front of people as having success. So the bottom line is create your success as quickly as possible. However you have to do that, you do that as quickly as possible to get to that level of success. The quicker you do it, the better your story is. And the more powerful it is, and the more impactful you're gonna, like Brett doing it in less than 4 weeks. It's freaking amazing. I thought he was in for a lot longer than that. I didn't know. It's just such a cool story to have someone who's been in for just such a short time, or Byron who's been away and not even focused over here, just letting it run in the background. All of a sudden has a $1,600 day and says, "Holy shit, I got to get back over here and start doing stuff." We want to share your story with the world, and your story is going to be on this hangout. You're going to be on one of these hangouts. And you know who I'm talking to right now. You know that I'm talking to you. Those of you that are ready to make it happen, those of you that are ready to decide to just get in, get going, and make it happen, you're going to be on this hangout, and you know who you are. So go do it. Go do what you got to do to make that happen, to get those results, and we look forward to having you out here. With that, man, everyone have a great night. It's been amazing, absolutely amazing. So
see ya. Love ya.
Awesome.
Take care, guys.
Love you guys.
Adios.